And don't worry, I've got 3 more bottles.
Thank God.
Okay,
Oh, thank God.
Because I know.
Live.
I knew that.
That was like I was on a roller coaster. It was exciting. Like I got all scared. I don't know why.
Why is everyone screaming?
Things are going out of control already.
That's true.
So, good evening. I'm Kadave, and this is Happy Jack's RPG, and we are playing the Star Trek Adventures, our game's second star. It's been 2 weeks and a whole holiday and an amazing fundraiser since the last time we saw you.
Yes.
So, first off, with the amazing fundraiser, last I heard, I know that we're over $6,000. I forgot to check right before we went live, but I will do so during the game at some point, unobtrusively, and tell you at the end where we are right now. But the fundraising efforts at happyjacks.org/rainbow are going all the way until the 31st of December. So you can get your donations in and help people that really need help all over the world. So we appreciate every little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
And
awesome.
please help us continue to promote it. Hashtag Rainbow Railroading and direct people to happyjacks.org/rainbow. And please help us get more money raised.
Yes.
And I even wore my awesome rainbow shirt.
Yes! That's amazing.
Which is the first time I've ever been catcalled.
Really?
Right out front of this house from which we're streaming.
Oh, Stu.
Yeah. I was walking in on fundraiser night, and this car was driving by, and some dude leans out the window and goes, "Nice shirt!" And I was like, are we about to fight? Or are you really saying it's a nice shirt? Like, what is happening? Like, it was aggressive, but I didn't know how to interpret it. It was very confusing. I didn't know what was
feels
happening.
like.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Like, are we going to
Very-
No, we're not fighting. Okay, but
Okay.
puts you on edge.
But
yeah.
yeah. So, it was fun. Anyway, we have a full crew.
We do.
Yay!
And to my left,
Hey, everybody. I'm Mac. I think I can hear myself okay. Let me adjust this microphone
so.
real quick. And I am playing Trist, who is the android and our ship's counselor. And I haven't been here in 6,000 sessions.
There's lots of counseling happening. Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Rorg, son of Chan, the chief engineer.
Hello, I'm Jason. And I'm playing Commander Calum, who was the chief of science and is now the XO of the ship.
Happily.
Yep. No complaints here. Everything's fine. This is fine.
A little too happily sometimes.
I'm Clara, and I'm playing Apeta Shazana, the chief of security. And Doran.
So cute. I love that you got the things this week. Sorry, I'm very happy. I love a little... Anyway, hi. I'm Sarah Gamble, and I'm playing Nishan Alas. I am the doctor.
Somehow.
Hold on. I'm the doctor.
Wait, does that mean it's bigger on the inside?
Drink for a second?
oh,
Hi, I am Adam, and I'm playing Captain Isaac Malata, the captain of the USS Barbican.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
and I get to play everybody else.
Yeah.
So many people in my brain.
Yeah.
Including the bartender.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one's ever spent time with the bartender
It's
in
true.
Starlight Lounge.
That's right.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want the bartender to actually be Dave.
Dave's a
Just me.
bartender.
Yeah.
Just you. Actually, as yourself.
I dig it. I dig it.
Hundreds of years in the future, please. But yes, for those who can't see,
headphone jack doesn't
Dave brought us more of the Earl Grey liqueur, which is amazing.
It's super
It's about to be a good night is what that means.
It's delicious.
It is a danger.
The doctor approves.
It's already a good night. Although, one thing I do recall, even though I haven't been here for many sessions, is that the doctor does need to come in for a therapy session. Just go ahead and put out the reminder right now.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I am in my therapy session right now.
Yeah, that order is in writing. entered into the law.
I love the idea that Trist spends the fact that she doesn't have to sleep writing up like alert reminders for people. You're overdue.
Can I call you when I wake up in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
I have insomnia. Help. Punch me in the head.
Have you tried sleeping?
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Just grind my teeth now.
Here's the mouth guard. Don't go get it from the doctor. It'll be laced with something. It'll help your insomnia, but you'll also be addicted.
For sure.
I don't know what you mean. I feel great.
I'm so tired. I need my mouth guard.
I can't sleep without it.
All right. So, things have been a very hectic couple of days for the USS Barbican.
Yeah. Day.
It's really been like 2 days.
Yeah. I use a couple. It's been
2.
Depends on which planet you're on and your concept of what a day is.
We did crossover days. I'm going to change the star date.
We slept and everything.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did sleep. We
did
slept
sleep.
for like a whole
That was like
3
a
hours.
3 or 4 hours. Yeah.
That
like
means
college.
it's tomorrow.
That means it's tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow until you go to sleep.
I've recharged my spells. Wait.
Need 6 hours for that.
Oh snap! Somebody made a D&D joke, and then somebody went on actually ruled joke. And that makes me super happy.
D&D needs an actually. Like that's
Full crew.
Oh yeah.
Whole crew.
So last time,
Good luck. Captain's log, stardate 47712.3. We had a spirited debate over how to navigate negotiations with the Romulans. Rorg and Alas don't trust them, and I can't say I blame them. The Kalem and Shazana believe there's a strong possibility these Romulans may be different from those we're used to. Commander Tomalak beamed over with a case of Romulan ale as a goodwill gift, and we discussed the situation. We agreed on a cultural exchange of officers and an initial trade of information to prove we were each trustworthy. Sorry. I did that right. It's just weird. Rorg, Shazana, and I will spend some time aboard the Romulan ship while they sent 3 officers to us as well. Major Recall,
yeah. Good job.
Major Recall, Sub-Commander Tuvok, and Centurion Broca. We are proceeding with caution and skepticism, but I'm hopeful we can find a way to get the Barbican home without endangering the balance of power in this universe. That may prove harder than imagined, as shortly after exchanging officers, the Alliance found our decoy shuttle and were returning to the nebula. The Barbican could only detect the main Vorcha-class cruiser, but the Romulans could penetrate the cloaking and detect another Klingon and Cardassian ship. That's a technology I'd love to get my hands on. We're now on red alert, and I'm stuck on a Romulan warbird while my ship fends for itself, and 2 raiders just dropped out of cloak to strafe the Romulan ship. If we do get back to our universe, my odds are 50-50 if I'll get a medal for bravery or go down in history as the greatest failure in the history of Starfleet captains. I have made all the poor decisions.
Wow.
You were being hard on yourself. There was a lot happening.
It's part of Malata's charm.
I would like to point out that, like, apparently mid-crisis, he stopped to write a log.
I did.
Of course.
Can you guys hold on a second? I gotta jot this down.
it's like the confessional booth in reality TV.
Oh my god, yes. We're just in the middle of a fight, and then it's like, cut to.
Yeah.
That's how you know that stuff's scripted. I'm sorry, kids, if you didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you. That stuff is written.
Oh, right? Yeah.
No.
There's just a closet off the bridge that says Captain's Log. Right? So things are going down. He's like,
Oh my god.
in there.
I want to watch this. Oh my gosh, I see this show. Oh wait, we're on it. But like, for real, that would be hilarious. Oh my god, I want that.
I know.
Is that a web series somebody already made? Let us know, because I would like to know. Just find me at the Terry Gamble, because that's hilarious. Like,
Very likely might be.
I feel like someone already made it. If not, we're making it.
Yeah. It probably just appeared from nowhere now. As you
Right?
mentioned.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's how. Yep.
Rule
Rule
31?
34 is a little different.
Yeah. 34
34 is
gets specifically
Yeah.
less uncouth.
Yeah.
You don't know what that show's like. Right?
That's true. I have no idea what happens in that closet.
There really is like Star Trek porn. That is a thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Obviously.
stuff. That I already know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Saying. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I might be familiar.
I am.
I've heard of it.
Read that in reputable magazines. That's where I heard. Reputable magazines.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
actually the first fan fiction ever written, or at least written that we know of.
Oh, really?
Fan fiction,
Yeah.
if you don't count the Iliad and the Odyssey. Sorry, the Aeneid.
Definitely the
I
original.
only read it for
fanfic.
the articles. For the articles.
I prefer the prepositions.
Wow.
Two, I'm actually kind of joking in one night. Good
Oh, I'm
man.
sure
This
there's more.
is.
What I'm made of.
I dig it,
Middle-aged
man.
white male.
I'm
Like,
liking it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Whew. Were there once rails that we were on? I
No.
don't remember.
what are we doing here?
We have abandoned this.
The only rails that exist in this game were the first outlay of story when I was like, hey, we're working from this kind of prepared story. And then you guys are like,
Nope.
which is my favorite thing about tabletop RPGs.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
That explains what.
I wasn't put together.
Oh, now you're much clearer.
That's better.
Yeah, that's much better.
How do I
Sorry
sound
about that.
okay? I have no headphones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you sound fine.
My headphones don't work
Okay.
either, so just yell at me if I do something weird.
No.
cool.
All right.
Jason, you're doing something weird.
You are, but
Oh, you meant like sound-wise. I thought you meant just looks.
This has been Star Trek Adventures.
So,
Now for Star Trek Nights.
Happy
I was
Jets.
like,
We're trying for TNG. We end up somewhere around left field of Orville.
Galaxy Quest.
Right?
We should be so
Yeah.
lucky.
really much.
so the very last thing that happened is the fact that the Romulan ship was attacked
Yep.
by two ships that even they did not detect with
Yeah.
their fancy scans.
Yep.
Then those ships streaked sort of out of the nebula. They never slowed down to,
Right.
to receive return fire. The other three ships are still closing in. They should be here in about a minute.
oh, great.
I feel like we have enough time to get back to our ship.
If you'd like to do that, you could certainly make the argument for the Romulans to lower their shields.
Yeah. Commander Tomalak, I would really like for us to return to our ship. If you are willing to drop your shields for a moment, so we can initiate that transfer.
It's okay, we're fine.
Somebody's very comfortable in my chair.
I can sense someone sitting in my chair.
Butts imprinting.
The impression is changing.
Yeah.
Soon it won't remember me at all.
Memory foam my ass.
Literally.
No, Starfleet did not pay for memory foam. No way.
No, it's super uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's just that tufted upholstery foam.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God.
So,
Way to run that dream.
lowest bidders.
That's true.
Come on. He will agree. As long as you can coordinate with your transporter so we can have a minimum of defenselessness, we can handle that. We have time.
Skip.
Yes.
Might I recommend that we set maybe a rally point for us to rendezvous with with Tomalak at a later date.
I agree. If we can get out of this situation, that'd be better. Tomalak, are you planning to face off against these ships?
We are currently offloading as much as we can from the station, data-wise. And if we can complete that before they arrive, then we will make haste to leave.
How much time do you need?
Several minutes yet.
We'll stay with you and help you defend yourself and give you as much time as we can.
I greatly appreciate that.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
I wanted to fire a Romulan gun.
Yeah.
Oh, our shields won't come down.
Get it together.
It's like, you're cracking up.
Yeah. God, we're going into a tunnel.
He's literally just taking his uniform and bunching it up and going,
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't lower the shields yet. Don't lower the shields. Yeah, that's what
You're the worst.
I am.
Should have never promoted you.
I was like, acting Cap, you got to lower them damn shields. Let them back.
that's all out of character.
Yeah.
Too much power.
Yeah. Mulata de Barbican, prepare to beam us over as soon as the shields drop.
All right. Is Rourke in charge of shields? Is that...
No, I'm with them.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So
It's you.
engineering, be sure to time this precisely so the shields are down the minimum amount of time. So watch for their shields and then sync up.
What happens if they don't lower, if that doesn't sync up?
They bounce off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just
Smear?
doesn't work.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just,
okay.
you just go
yeah, the
back.
transporter
You
just
go right
can't
back.
reach through.
Yeah.
But
Yes, so
last game, you specifically told the transporter chief to keep an eye on
Yeah,
everything.
the transporter
Yeah.
keep his kids
So-
keep a lock on it. So,
I've also directed him to transport them to the bridge.
yeah.
They can do that, right?
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have to go to the
Nope.
transporter pads.
yeah.
It's a little more difficult, but it's totally doable.
But they had it all set up in
Yeah.
advance.
Yeah.
So they should be good.
Okay.
I would like probably control engineering role
Let's see.
from
man.
someone still on the Barbican.
Oh, someone on the barbecue.
Not it.
Not it.
And the Barbican itself can help with...
Watch us bounce off.
Oh, yeah, the ship can help too, right?
Did you say command engineering?
No, sorry, control.
Oh, I misheard you.
Do you have an
Oh wait, my
NPC?
control's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a 13 for me. That's not terrible.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Very good.
And can the ship help?
Yeah.
The ship can absolutely help with probably sensors and engineering would be
Cool.
my bet. So that's an 11.
11. All right.
Right.
So I roll 2 for me, right?
2 for you, and then the ship, whoever's going to roll for the ship, can roll 1.
I got 2 successes.
I can't see.
That's another success.
3 successes.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
you guys totally got it. In fact,
Earn
yourself
yourself bonus.
Hey.
Also,
Momentum.
everyone, remember you start the session with 1 determination point.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
yeah, if you used it before,
1 DT.
it is
Remind me what they
refreshes.
do really fast?
I have not used it, so.
You can use you can spend a determination point to activate one of your values and basically get a super crit.
Cool.
It's like you get an extra die set at 1, so it automatically is 2 successes.
That's
Awesome.
great.
But it still counts against your total max of 5 dice on any roll. So, yeah, you guys are totally successfully beamed over with a minimum of fuss. The Romulan contingent is also returned to their ship.
Did they take their bags with them?
Aww.
Oh.
Probably.
But they
I
left,
mean, there was
they
enough time.
left the ale. The ale was a gift. The ale is
Yeah,
a
It
gift.
was a gift.
Oh, yeah.
As long as
So
the
we
ale's
had-
there, but I'm still a little sad.
We had the time to get our bags.
Yeah.
We'll get to meet up with them again. We just have to finish this fight.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's fine. I just
We have to survive this
They
fight.
could bring more ale.
I wasn't as worried about the ale as I was about.
The sexy Romulans.
Yep.
So,
It's fine.
I know, right?
You can go with us.
with the
next.
incoming heading, are they coming right for us, or are they sort of like going into the nebula to see what they can see?
It looks like, actually, speaking to that, since a small craft made their attack run and have now left the nebula, it seems like the other ships have altered their headings a little bit
Yeah.
to be heading right for you.
Okay.
So they were heading generally for this nebula, because it's not a huge,
Right.
it's not light years and light years across kind of nebula. It was just a small.
And so those small attack craft definitely saw the Barbican and probably the Romulan ship.
I'm sure they saw both.
All right. Good to know.
Because they
Fired on both of
successfully
them,
hit
yeah.
the Romulan ship.
Good to know. Just good to know.
Because it is bigger than the Barbican.
Got it. Worst environment possible. That's all you have to
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Captain, I have a wild idea.
I'm ready for it.
You remember the equipment we built to scoop nebula energy to try to soup up our teleporters?
Yes.
Yeah.
the idea was to be able to beam the entire ship a very long distance. But what if we only needed to go a short distance?
Ooh.
If we beam behind the enemy ships, we may be able to catch them by surprise.
If you can make that happen, you'll get a commendation. See what you can do.
We're halfway into designing the scoop.
All right. Let's do
It'll
it.
definitely work. We're halfway done.
All right.
All hands to battle stations. Take up defensive position between the other ships and the Romulans.
We should not have an Optimist as the XO.
I like it. I like it. It's
It's actually a pretty good balance between the two.
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I like it. Let's do it.
Do you remember we made a scoop?
I thought it was a cool idea.
All right.
So sure, if you'd like to try and make that happen.
Okay.
Who's in charge on that?
Well, you'll be in charge.
Yeah, but it's a massive engineering
It
exercise.
is.
It
So
is.
I'll be assisting.
Yeah.
Well, you could use your command
okay.
to assist.
All right.
So if you did like command,
Oh, I can't
and
put science into it? Or do you mean control?
well, okay, yes, you could use your science, but it would probably be presence and science
Yeah, okay.
Presence in science.
because you're sort of overseeing the project and guiding
Yeah.
things
Right.
into position and that kind of deal.
Okay.
And for me, this is what? Insight and engineering?
Yeah, I would say that's a good.
Insight and engineering, that's a 12. But I've got systems analysis on this or plasma manifolds.
One of those two would
Alright.
apply, so that's enough to get you your focus.
All right.
Make an argument for daring if your daring is better.
My daring is higher.
Yes. Because you're kind of like
See
doing
your pants crazy and
right. Yeah.
So yeah, daring and engineering, I could do that, and but I have to question one of my values. So I'm not, because one of them is where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, right.
And I know my ship, so I get to add a d20.
Can I... does the help... Can the person helping apply a focus?
Yeah,
Because
because
I
they
have
roll.
combat tactics. I'm trying to flank these guys.
There's crazy hoedown.
Right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why would there not be?
Dear listener, I don't know if you can hear the banjos. But we can't stop here.
Somebody says to the bin site,
Real good, Earl Grey liquor. We all hear the banjos.
Who would have thought that Earl Grey would be the one who brought out the banjo music?
right?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, it does start with Earl.
Oh, I must have bought that kind.
Earl Grey from up the holler?
Yeah. Oh, I know Earl Grey. I can't remember how I'm kin to him.
Oh my god.
We're so off task.
Okay. Does quick to action or untapped potential help me here?
Untapped potential, if you spend a momentum, you can roll after the roll to see if that
Alright.
momentum comes back.
Yeah, I'm going to be spending.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to spend the momentum.
That'll
First
buy
one.
you an extra die.
I don't remember what any of my talents do.
So another die. So
Sorry.
that brings me up to the 5.
Oh.
Where am I at?
Did I
4?
put page
Well, you
numbers?
have-
Well, one of them's from me.
So you got 4 dice in your
I've
hand?
got 4 in my hand. Well, I had 5. I've got 4 now.
Well,
so I'm holding this other one here.
Let's
Okay.
roll mine so we know whether it's a crit or not.
All right.
Like, replace one with
Boom.
that. Yeah, there you go.
Boom.
So that's 5 total dice.
So I have 5 total dice.
That's all you can have.
All
So
right.
I will say that you're going to need probably 4 successes to make this happen
Easy
in a
peasy.
minute.
Easy peasy.
You got
Like,
this. You can do it.
this isn't a theoretical, let's experiment and test thoroughly.
Oh, heck yeah.
1 critical success.
Yeah.
So that's 2 successes,
My 12
3
is a
successes,
success, too.
4 successes, 5 successes, 6 successes.
Whoa.
We scooped the crap out of that nebula.
Stupid.
Yes. Scoop.
And got
The
some
scoop.
momentums.
Yeah.
More momentums.
Yeah. So, yeah, you think you have a way to gather energy from this. Because also remember that this isn't just a normal gaseous kind of nebula. You're going to use the energy that's being projected by this Romulan base
Yep.
Got it.
to funnel into your systems to
Yeah.
kind of supercharge the transporter system and teleport a short distance.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So-
Teleport in behind them. Oh, and I, in case we didn't do it before, I can't remember, make sure to share the location of the 2 cloaked ships with our nav and,
Yeah, I think
and helm.
that you did that last time.
Alright,
You were like,
just like
I'm
you
going to make sure I know where everything is.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I was actually studying the Romulan display as well when we were on the Romulan ship.
Right. So you
Because that's
even
awesome.
remember, you even remember the location, at least fairly close to locations of where they have their cloaked munitions
Yes.
out there
Got it.
that are waiting.
Because you specifically mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
obnoxiously staring at the hollow screen. And now I get to sit at my trusty pew pew button.
Yes.
You will be ready for it. So yeah, you guys are ready to give this a whirl.
Should we tell the Romulans?
We should tell the Romulans that's what we're going to do, that we're not abandoning them.
We're doing something weird.
We're trying to swing in behind.
We're moving no flanking.
Moving to,
Yeah.
What that guy
Yeah.
says.
No, what you were saying was right. I was
Yeah.
just talking over you because I'm rude.
At least you're the one to say it.
We all knew.
So
What's your idea?
in character, I just say negative, just execute. Out of character, I'll tell you, it's just more fun. Plus, but my in character reasoning is that we don't know if we have secure communications.
Good
So
point.
I don't want to.
Good point.
Just in case the Romulans' communications have been hacked. So.
I can't.
Can't use flags or anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Semaphore.
It's space. No.
But out of character, I think it's super fun if the Romulans
Oh no!
suddenly see us in a different part.
Just vanish.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is like the transporter-based version of the Picard maneuver.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I dig it.
Yep.
All right.
I get it.
So we are ready to execute. Do we have to roll to execute as well?
No, you guys did well enough that as soon as you say that it's happening,
All right.
and that's fine by me.
Helma, I mean, Captain, I believe we should be firing immediately as we arrive.
Let's.
Give me a die.
let's,
I want to shoot something.
let's get into place.
Sorry.
Let's see where the battlefield takes us, and be prepared to fire at my command. Load all 4 torpedo tubes. Charge up phasers.
Thank you. I like how much faith you have in me. You've already given me the damage dice.
Something's happening.
Yeah. So I want to pick a spot that is that isolates the Cardassian ship, so that we pop in behind the Cardassian ship and take them out first.
That's totally a doable thing.
I am also fine with this.
Very few complaints.
Right? Yeah. So I have a focus of battlefield tactics. I don't know if you want me to roll anything, but we're going to pop in behind where the Cardassian ship should be.
Well, let's. Why don't you roll presence and command
Okay.
with your focus of battlefield tactics,
All right.
and then that can give a bonus. Like you can
Yeah.
add momentum for everybody else in this instance. 'Cause
Okay.
it's going to be you issuing orders
Yeah.
and getting the word out there. Like this is what I want to have happen. This is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Getting everybody on the same page. So this is your big moment to organize everybody.
All right.
Be
and
prepared.
I'm going to spend momentum to get an extra die.
Aye, aye.
Tell me it's awesome.
Those look like single digits.
No, they're not.
Oh. But what if they were?
16 or below. What is that?
Magic
That's
of
18.
tabletop
Okay.
gaming.
So 2 successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, you replace
Oh,
They.
the one that you spent.
okay.
You didn't really make bonus, but
Yeah.
you're not worse off.
Okay.
And now everybody is coordinated in what you do.
Okay.
That was successful.
Huzzah.
The 3 ships are closing in. The Cardassian ship and the smaller Klingon vessel are still cloaked. So you don't have an exact spot on them,
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
but you can be ready, because this whole transporter thing is instantaneous. You're
Yeah.
not maneuvering to get behind them when they appear. So you can wait until the moment that they start to decloak and then just be there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
make an attack before they get their attack off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. That's exactly what I said, Dave.
That's what I remember.
Mansplaining.
That's what I do.
It's literally his job.
Yeah, that's,
So true. The snorts are so appropriate for Tellarite.
I know.
I don't know what you
good.
mean. I like that my allergies are like perfect for your character.
Right?
all right. So, you guys are ready. The Romulan ship seems to be starting to maneuver. They took a few hits from those little ships as they flew by, but they seem mostly okay. Like, you can see there's a little bit of scarring on the hull, but they don't look like they're any systems that are in bad shape. So they actually begin to sort of pull a little bit away from the station and kind of line up next to you guys towards where the big Vorchak ship is coming in.
Cool.
And then let me get to the right page in my little notebook.
And I can just fire on them when we maneuver, yeah?
You were so gun. Like,
It's like literally one of my values.
Ready to go.
like shoot it. Shoot
My
it,
value
shoot
is
it,
a
shoot
bigger,
it,
better
shoot it,
gun.
shoot it. Oh, I like it.
Yes. I started this adventure
Okay.
as Jane.
Yeah, I'm into it.
So it pulls out, and then it launches a series of 3 little. You'd know what they are. I don't know why I'm trying to be suspenseful. 3 plasma torpedoes.
Oh,
All right.
Because the Romulans use plasma instead of photon torpedoes, like you all do. The deal with them is that they can hit and continue to cause damage over time, because it kind of envelops the target and does damage instead of being quite as piercing as a photon. But there's a series of 3 of those that are now flying towards the edge of the nebula, aimed right about where that big Vorcha cruiser is going to come through.
Got it.
And you see on the sensors that the smaller Klingon ship apparently strayed too close to one of those cloaked mines and decloaks in a big fireball. It doesn't look destroyed, but it's drifting off course.
Got it.
And then it's going to be the Klingons' turn and the Cardassians' turn, and then you guys can act before the Cardassian actually gets to take
Okay.
Got it.
a swing. So,
How does combat work?
it's pretty easy. Actually, it's just like accomplishing a task, but you're doing damage instead of work,
Yeah.
that kind of deal. But the conflict pages on here are also super helpful for things you can spend momentum on.
Conflict.
You guys,
Thank you.
Conflict.
I just roll when you guys tell me to roll.
Plenty of them.
You're so ready. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot during this fight. A lot of drinking.
You're just like sitting in the back like, this is awesome.
I think we're having our session.
It feels right.
That's pretty,
Because
that's
we're the
pretty
2
good.
that are.
Because I'm like,
not
I'm the one who's like,
right
I can't do anything to help. What do you want to do?
So the Klingon, he, as it's getting to the edge of the nebula, it fires a brace of photon torpedoes at the spot the Romulan ship used to be, and they miss.
Okay. Good.
They're apparently very terrible at that. And then the Cardassian ship begins to decloak in a position where they could fire on where you guys were. Well, you still are, because you actually haven't maneuvered yet. So it begins to phase into view, and then you guys can take your action because you're ready for it.
Now, Commander.
Rogue engage.
Beep boop.
Like, people.
He made a macro.
There we go. Flirp. It's on.
Blurp.
Blurp.
That's
It works.
there's this series of comedy books about magicians that have just figured out that like there's some great files hidden on a computer somewhere that is our whole reality, and it's just people that have figured out like, oh well, if I edit this entry, I can fly because I've negated the effect of gravity on myself and junk like that. But yeah, they all make macros to make things look cool because they're wizards.
Aesthetic is everything.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys. Everybody on board feels the simultaneous tingling of the transporter beam as everything around you tinkles out of existence and back into existence in position for you to take a shot at the Cardassian.
Shoot all
Now,
the things.
the question is, what weapons are you planning to dispense upon it?
Oh God! Don't make me remind me what weapons.
All of it.
They're on your
All
ship
of
sheet.
them.
On the ship.
I'm not holding. Am I holding a ship sheet? I am.
Yeah.
God. Okay. What? Photon torpedoes? We
Yeah.
have those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that
do
rapid
that.
fire torpedo launcher.
Yeah. Let's do that. Rapid fire.
So, and then if I assist with command, then we'll get to re-roll 2 of our d20s.
Oh
Yes.
God. Yes. Okay. So
So you get your
2d
2 dice.
2 dice.
And in this case, you're doing control security.
Is it my
Or
control
daring
security?
security.
Well, I have 10 in both. Is it my control?
Yes.
Okay. And my security.
Yes.
Awesome.
And then somebody else can roll for the ship.
Here, I haven't gotten to do a thing.
Yes.
There you go.
yes, please.
All right, what do you want? Roll.
Would be weapons and security.
Okay. Weapons and security, so that's a 15.
Because
I want to roll under, right? It's
Yes.
been like
Under.
Yeah, I've got a
6,000
14,
weeks
so.
I'm doing presence and command.
Yep. You can all begin with that.
Oh no, I can't see that.
It's a tie.
That's good.
So 15.
You have an
so
8 and a
okay.
six.
That's a
Okay, thank you.
success.
I'm like, I can't read that.
And I can re-roll this one.
a 2.
That's way better.
That's
Because,
a lot better.
Yeah. Because,
So that's
yeah.
Success
Success,
over
two
there.
success, 3 successes.
My
4 or
focus
5
of Battlefield Texas. Yeah. Texas.
So-
That's 4 or 5.
That's plenty of successes. And you have now fired your photon torpedoes, so you may roll 5.
Yay.
Damage.
Whoa. Yeah, I do this
Okay.
thing where I roll other people's dice and do really well.
And you can re-roll the.
Reroll
if-
that other
yeah.
one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got your 3 threat, right?
God damn it. I told you the secret, and now I can't do it.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Okay,
I know.
so what do you have?
4
Star Trek
Star
symbols?
Trek symbols.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so that's 4 damage. And then... Uh-oh. I've got trouble, my friends.
You were in River City.
Capital T that rhymes with P.
That stands for
pool.
pool.
It stands for photon torpedoes.
It
Really?
has a P and a T.
Yeah.
We got a team. And he did not.
It rhymes with
drink.
tea, Earl Grey. Hot. Did you miss me?
Yes.
Of course they did.
We needed people with actual Star Trek knowledge.
Whatever, all of that's going away with drinking. And
Yeah.
That's great.
then I get to counsel everyone.
I can't wait.
and out of game.
This session's
Yes.
going to be great.
Yeah. We decided last time that we're going to have an episode where it's just everyone's counseling sessions.
They're literally going to be just lined up outside your office, and you're like, all right.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to go to there.
Right?
Just bring me a bottle of this, and everybody comes in one at a time, and I'll be our episode.
I think it all starts with my mother.
It does.
Yep.
As
All
those
starts
cases
with
usually do.
Shazoner's mother.
Do I have parents?
I go
I think I
out
have parents.
Lean out the door. Is there anyone here that's not because of their mother?
Like, okay, all of you, group. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Excuse me.
And Clara Apetta has 4 parents.
Oh, she must. Yeah, because there are 4 genders on the
Yeah.
in. But do they all? Is that a thing? Like,
Yeah, it takes 4. It takes one of each of the different genders to
That makes
to
sense.
have to make a child.
That makes sense.
You see, when an Andorian loves another Andorian who loves another Andorian who loves another Andorian.
Very, very much. Very, 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 very much.
Petter got to Earth is like, it only takes 2?
Cheating.
This seems so much easier.
We only have 2 parents. That's
Color
so
alive.
weird.
All of them.
Okay.
I feel like I'm blue and
so-
red somehow.
You appear behind the Cardassian ship as it decloaks, and just hammer it with a brace of photon torpedoes. Their shields are still intact, but they are severely depleted.
Got it.
And
like 'em.
you guys are in a good position to continue the battle, because you have now taken a collective action for your ship. The Romulans will get to fire again for them.
Can I spend a momentum to create an advantage?
Sure.
The Cardassians and the Klingons have redirected the main focus of their shields towards us, leaving the Romulans, leaving their shields really low against where the Romulans are firing at.
Sure.
Nice.
That seems completely reasonable. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's you. Oh, okay. It's like,
I'll move up.
please don't be me.
Is that better? If I
Yeah,
stand
there's-
perfectly still.
Yeah. Yeah, don't move. Don't move.
I'm now GMing from slightly at the side angle.
Nailed it.
I guess I could swivel.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
The Romulans are going to take another shot, like I said. But this time they're closer in, so they will get to use their disruptors. Yeah, because they're so much cooler. Yeah.
That is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He points like we can see it down here.
Well, I was
I
pointing
saw
to
it.
at least one person could see it, so
The
I'm not.
captain said.
I saw
Right.
it.
I don't like to be that guy.
Yeah. The rest of you don't need to.
That's like,
Oh,
hey, guess what? I got a crit again. I got a crit. It's behind my GM shield. You can't.
I always wonder.
yeah.
And that's the beauty of GMing.
It's true. I have faked fails multiple times for my players.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
I
nice
faked
GM.
fails and successes.
I never fake successes.
Yeah.
I fake lots of things. What?
I was waiting for it.
Nice setup.
It's one of the things I like about PBTA is like, as GM, I don't have to roll, so I just get to make it up anyway. No.
That's
I was like that.
actually the only thing I missed a little bit when I ran the Tales from the Loop. Because, again, Tales from the Loop GMs don't roll.
Yeah.
But there were times where it was like, this really makes sense that I should
Yeah.
do something. Like, so I kind of fudged it a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there's stuff that's going on that the players don't even know about. So I can't wait for them to take an action to deal with it, because I need to figure out if it's successful or not in the background. So I kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Off-screen badness is a legit hard move.
Yeah, sure. I feel like I need more ice. Is that bad?
It's in the bag by the fridge.
Yeah, but I'd have to get up.
Oh,
Yep.
that's on you.
I want things.
All right, so the Romulans, I need 10 damage dice.
Well, sorry, we've only got 6.
No,
They
these
just
are
can't
our
find
friends.
the others.
Oh, the wrong.
Oh wait, this is the wrong one's going. We're fine.
Except
Okay.
they're firing at you.
What?
Goddamn Romulans.
You're like, I've been waiting for
I
this
was told you.
I knew it.
Trust 'em.
Warg knew all along.
2,
Can't trust
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Do they get some kind of advantage for our flanking maneuver?
Well, they didn't need any extra dice to get the hit.
Oh, I see.
They're good,
Okay.
and they don't add to your momentum.
No, I just thought if they did a bunch of damage, that helps us.
No, well, they did a bunch of damage. It's going to be ugly.
I told you the Romulans were nice.
I didn't have a problem
Oh,
with
yeah, it
the
wasn't
Romulans.
you.
I still say
the
we should shoot
Romulans, they begin to accelerate and just blast the crap out of that Cardassian.
Nice.
So, like, the front, like, you know how it has the Cardassian ships have the little wings in the front?
Yep.
Like, the Romulan disruptor just slices off one of the wings.
Oh, shit.
Because they transferred their shields towards
Yep.
you.
Oh.
There wasn't much in the way, and they got a ton of damage. So, yeah, it's a bad day to be on the Cardassian ship.
Trek yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh my god.
So,
I don't know
hold
what just happened.
I need to drink more.
Dave's shirt.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. It was just.
I can't read or write.
I always suspected.
worst personnel files ever.
I mean, you can take. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
It's a lot of pictures.
It's just like, oh, here's a picture of the, like, event. And then, like, you've got, like, a person's picture and then just a happy face under it. Or, like, a neutral face for a sad.
Yeah. It's a lot of footnotes.
Idiocracy.
All right. So it's safe to assume that they're pretty much out of the fight.
Nice.
Like, their ship hasn't completely detonated, but they're certainly not going to be doing a lot until they get some major repairs done. That leaves the Vorcha, which is going to take an action.
Oh boy. Please, please, please be run away. Please be run away.
That's the action.
That's a good action. Run away. Run away is an action.
It is.
I would like to go home now.
I don't know. I want to get the loot. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we searched the corpse.
They float right by. There's money in that pocket.
See gold coins.
Yeah, didn't they eliminate money in this in Star Trek?
There's no money.
Yeah.
In the
In
Federation.
the
In the
Federation.
Federation.
Yeah.
Right, because there's also gold pressed
pressed
platinum.
Yeah.
The Ferengis.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's
I don't know
right.
much about Star Trek, but for some reason I have a large knowledge of Ferengi. I don't know why.
They're interesting.
What is that?
What is happening
That
over
is
there?
a good dice roll for us.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Oh, is that their attack against us?
4 damage, and I get to roll 1 more.
Oh.
Oh, no.
4 damage.
That doesn't seem
Woohoo!
like
That's
So
Nice.
the front 2 prongs of the vessel, they charge up and they just blast out at you.
Hold on. Your headphones are on.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's get in the middle there.
There we go.
this shirt is too
Yeah.
It's
silky.
It's lovely, but it makes a lot of noise on that
Yeah.
microphone. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
Better or worse?
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Good luck. Okay, sorry. It's going to be great.
I'm back to stationary GMing. So, it fires a set of disruptor cannons at y'all, but it only does 4 damage to your shields. So the ship rocks a little bit.
You have that.
You get the lights dim for a moment as power is redirected, but you're totally okay.
Captain Shields down 10%. I made up that percentage.
Yes.
I was like, I don't think you have 40 shields. That's a
we do.
lot.
It says 40.
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I got 40 shields over here.
Yep.
Shield.
I dig it. You're
Plus
the
like
engineer.
extra
I got to
shields.
trust you, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, you
So
literally
down.
have 40, so once you run out, one goes down, you put up the other one, and you
man,
can do
and-
that up to 40 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
That's how shields work. Yeah.
Captain,
letting you
shields
know.
are down 4/13. I'm always like,
3/28.
right? Yeah.
It's just getting more and more complicated. What?
Yeah. Whenever somebody asks me about healing in like D&D, I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 53, I'm at about a 27. Totally in character, not metagaming at all.
All right, so you guys can take another action.
Should we shoot some more?
Yes, we should.
That's
There was a
Cute.
lot.
Now, you guys have some other things that you can do.
No other things, just shoot.
We get a counseling session.
We probably have injuries.
Oh yeah, I guess.
At this point, it's like the bumps and bruises kind of injury.
People are
yeah.
fine.
I think it's we all
I'm just
lean
giving
the
them
same
shots.
way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what kind of
No reason.
what kind of shots are you giving them? They don't. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to know more.
I'm
I did
worried.
give you those EpiPens to take
That's
over.
true. I have the EpiPens of death.
Oh, I thought they were just amphetamines or something.
I don't know what they
No,
do
they
to
were like
us.
super Romulan hypoallergens.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah.
Murder.
Oh, right, the lanolin injection.
They hate wool. That's right. But something that you can consider is if you don't want to just be a completely stationary target, the ship can maneuver also. Just throwing it out there. You don't
we
have
would just
to.
sit around. No.
We are a sitting duck class.
Actually, let's maneuver around now to flank the Klingons, since the Cardassian ship has been.
Is the Cardassian ship like out of the fight, or
It's out of the fight.
It's pretty much,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay, great.
because the Romulans aren't messing around.
Yeah.
Unlike us, apparently.
We are definitely messing around.
What?
That maneuver must have been damned impressive.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Come on.
to be fair, you did drain their shields almost completely.
Yeah.
Then he did the special advantage. The Romulans took advantage of that.
We did the hard work.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fine. We're more powerful and more important.
Exactly. Obviously.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to just sit still and shoot again, you can do that. That's kind of your choice.
I mean, we're just up against this one other ship now, right? Basically.
You know, there's two little ones out there somewhere.
That's true.
Little ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I say we flank around and get behind the Klingon ship and press the attack
All right.
while we've got it. So I say more pew pew.
Are those two
So
separate?
happy.
Are those two separate actions, flanking and shooting, or can we like
Yeah. How does that
flank
work?
and shoot?
Two separate actions, pew and pew.
Well, that is two separate actions, but you can spend momentum to keep the initiative.
Yeah.
Would quick to... Crap, where'd it go? Quick to action help with that at all? Being the whole ship rather than...
No, because you guys were ready. Quick to action would be helpful if you were in a situation where suddenly a Klingon decloaks and starts shooting at you. Then you're, from nothing. But you guys were like, oh no, there's a battle coming. We're all ready for it.
Okay.
But like I said,
Yeah.
you can
Captain?
shoot
We
and then
have-
take a momentum to continue and take the action to move. That's fine.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
makes sense.
yeah. Let's fire off at them and then we'll keep the momentum or we'll keep the action and maneuver.
Yeah.
Cool.
So shoot then move, or move then shoot?
Move then shoot.
Cool.
Okay.
That is not my department.
If we get the opportunity,
Do you want to?
we may also want to.
You want to roll for the...
We have the pilot. If you want to.
They also want to what?
If you want to be pilot, since
Oh.
Sure.
he's a hot boy riddled with space STDs.
Oh my god, I love him.
Oh my god.
Just one, but it was a bad one.
Recent rage.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, what do you want rolled?
So are you doing? That's a question.
Where do you think you
Yeah.
So some of the choices here, there's evasive
Some
action,
ideas.
which will help you avoid damage coming at you next, or there's an attack pattern that'll help you with your attack.
Let's do an attack pattern.
Okay, so it's daring and con, and the ship can assist with weapons and con.
All
Okay,
right.
so this guy's
then-
got 15.
It's a real.
Can I
loud
do
flag.
presence and command?
Oh, 2 successes.
Yeah.
My
Are those two
battlefield
critical
tactics.
successes?
No, they're 4.
Force.
Oh yeah, 5.
And I'm doing the ship. So which one? What's the ship? Which was this?
I'm sorry, weapons con.
Weapons.
11 and 2, so 13.
never
A
change?
3.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
So that's
1, 2.
4 successes, 5,
3,
4.
Yep.
4.
4 successes.
Nice.
Yay!
Huzzah!
And then we'll spend one of
I
those.
was gonna say, we
the
got one back.
initiative.
So now, difficulty for any attacks are reduced by 1 until the next turn.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
So now we're gonna pew pew.
Yeah.
I was
Do
a big
some
fan.
pew.
So do we have to spend one of those to?
He already
Yes,
has
we
it.
did.
Oh wow, we have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been rocking
we're
it.
in
Yeah,
good.
our rolls have been great. Don't say anything else, sorry.
That's it.
Phaser arrays
I
or
don't like-
photon torpedoes?
Let's do phaser.
Probably, you're closer in. Phasers is probably a better choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a little more damage out of them.
That's true, and they are sort of an area damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 2 still?
Let's spend a momentum to give you an extra die,
Extra die.
Yes.
which I think will also use your untapped potential or make it.
I mean, yeah, I have it.
Yes.
when you
So
spend momentum.
afterwards, after the roll, then she can roll a d20 again to see
Yeah.
if it.
Right.
And once again, that'll be daring and security.
Yes.
So anything under a 14.
Heck yeah.
3
That's a
successes.
12.
Do we need to have the ship roll to help?
It can.
Yeah.
Would it like to?
And this is
Yes.
weapons and security.
Yeah, I would say.
15. 12.
Success.
Another success.
All right.
And
well,
then that 2 is a double success, right? Or do you?
Is it a 2? Oh,
Yeah, that's a 2.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Or she needs a focus with that.
Oh, it's a 7, not a delta. I got really
Yeah,
excited for a second.
Focus.
you guys have
Do you-
successfly shot at the Vorcha cruiser.
Uh-huh.
So now you can roll your, 7 damage?
7 damage
I would
now?
like 3 more, please.
Oh my.
Oh, God. I have little
Big
arms.
money.
We can spend
big
momentum
money.
to reroll damage.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what happened there.
So count the
my.
little
Oh, my.
explosions.
So that's 2, 4.
5.
So basically,
5, 6,
6
7,
hits?
8.
yeah.
8 because the deltas count as a damage also.
Okay, cool.
Ooh. Let's do a devastating attack and knock out one of their systems.
All right.
Good idea.
Reading the
Ooh.
sheet. I like it.
I like
Yeah,
it.
right.
I appreciate the
Really
initiative.
glad somebody knows what's going on.
Thank you, Captain.
Right?
Good job, Skip. Good job.
What I'm good for. The
Penna's going
captain.
to have so many issues when she finds out there are people
Yeah.
on those ships.
Yeah.
And what does that also does that do for us?
So we roll an additional system. That system suffers an additional hit, dealing half the attack's damage, rounding up. I don't know how that affects things, but
Oh, I lost that page. There we go. So what system are you attacking?
I'm gonna let my XO call that.
I don't know.
Shields,
It's either-
weapons, engines.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those.
Well, it could be the communications array.
Raspberry jam.
Yeah, actually, I'm more likely to want to cut off communications.
Yeah.
That's because I think we can beat them. I just don't want them to get reinforcements.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm when it comes to combat, I'm vicious. That's the,
And we love you.
That's why you're here.
Right?
like
Yeah.
that's like I don't want to have to fight, but if we do, I will take out your knee and then stomp on you.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
I
Very
like
good.
it.
I like
Okay.
it.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweep the like.
So you did 8 damage.
8 damage.
So half of that, it said? I'm sorry?
Yeah, half. Half
of
the
that.
attack's damage, rounding
Oh.
up.
Rounded up, which is 8.
Oh, does someone else want to roll, or should I keep rolling?
well, no.
Nope, you have to roll
I don't
Like,
think
we don't have to
yeah.
roll again
It's just
at this
flat.
point. We just
Oh, we
know.
just did it?
Okay. So, you guys... Let me take off the shield damage first. And then now 4 damage to the communications.
While you're looking that up, is it possible to spend another momentum and keep going, or can you just do 2 in a row?
I think you can just do 2 in a row,
Okay.
I believe.
May only be done once before the enemy has taken at least
Yeah.
one action.
That sounds fair.
That seems
I was thinking
reasonable.
like this could really go wild.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I look like Stitch.
They do a little bit.
But like in a good way.
In the best way.
To be fair, I think Andorians came first.
Yes, they were probably inspired by them to make that character. Honestly.
So, the damage to their communication systems is obvious. However, it does not appear to be destroyed. Because it's a pretty big armored ship.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine.
All right.
Let's do it again.
Captain, when we have time, those smaller ships had to get pretty close to attack, and it may be a good idea to fan out some mines behind us as we continue.
Yes. Sorry.
That's going to be a little work because the Federation, by
We don't have
design,
mines.
doesn't carry mines.
We have mines.
So, if you want
Caleb
to,
has been
yeah.
doing a side project.
You drop some photon torpedoes out like rabbit pellets, and
I'm just saying it'll be a
Go on.
roll to make that occur.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's fine. I just don't want to get shanked by these little ships.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Those are the ones that get you.
Yeah.
A little surprise.
All right.
Little ships.
Yeah.
Tiny ships. All right. So, they're going to get to do something.
What will they do?
Run away.
I know what they're going to do.
They're gonna run.
Run away. Run away. Please, they should run
What?
away right now.
If we let them run away, they will tell the rest of their friends.
That's fine. We're
And
going to
then
fly
what?
off somewhere with the Romulans and get the hell out of this universe.
Is it forgetting it? Klingons don't run away.
It's also true, though.
No, they don't.
No, they
Boy.
really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want them bringing reinforcements.
Yeah.
The Klingon ship begins to accelerate, and you can tell through your sensors that their warp engine is online. Just as you're about to be like, oh, I think they're making a run for it, they make a jump not to run away.
Oh.
Instead, they have now literally warped forward and rammed the Romulan ship.
Oh,
Speed?
Yes.
wow.
I was wondering if they were going to do that.
So I don't. Has that happened? I don't
That's
know
not
what that
like
means.
a thing. That's not like a thing people do.
It happened in Star
That is
Wars.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was some
Yeah.
crazy ass shit.
That
That is 100% what Word is saying. Word's like, Skip, you see that shit? That was some crazy ass shit they just
The
did.
sensors are freaking out.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
That was not
crazy
right.
ass shit.
yeah.
Seems like a very Klingon
for this
maneuver,
ship.
though.
But it has essentially, because the design of a Romulan warbird is that it sort of has this big hollow space, right?
Yeah.
So down here in the little one it's not little, it's actually a huge ship, but
Yeah.
in that picture that's the Romulan warbird. This big thing here in the foreground is the Klingon ship. It has essentially shoved its neck through
Jesus.
the center mass and has kind of ripped big chunk of the main hull away.
Are they locked together?
Yeah,
now?
they're just super crashed together.
And that was a ride home.
God damn it.
We should warp as many of the Romulans off their ship as
Yeah.
we can. Sorry, beam.
Beam. Wow. These terms.
Sorry, everybody.
It's okay. We just saw a Klingon ship warp into a Romulan
Yeah.
Right?
one.
Yeah.
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 I don't think any of us have seen that.
Yeah. Status update of the Romulan ship.
Not good?
Engaging.
Computer comes back.
Can I run a deep sensor sweep?
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Rorg.
So
I'm gonna have to make sure
You can
there's
do,
more room in sick bay.
Yes.
Gosh.
Find another holodeck and make
it's
it a
not
Romulan
looking
I would
good.
say
Yeah.
insight or reason and science.
Okay, and I probably will be using the ship's sensors, right?
Yeah, the ship can assist with sensors and science.
I'll also be able to re-roll one of the dice
Okay?
if we need to.
And
So
I'll
somebody can roll for the ship.
I'll
I'll
assist
roll
with
for the ship.
command, which gives us another reroll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which thing did you say for me?
For you, insight or reason and science.
Yeah, reason and science.
Okay.
It's a nice
And this
round
is
15.
sensors and science.
Sure.
11.
Oh my god.
Got an 11, so one success.
2 16s.
Okay.
Oh.
So I needed a 15.
Oh.
I can re-roll
Yeah,
one of them.
and I can
Yes.
re-roll
And get it 19.
Is that 11?
Oh,
Isn't
if it
it?
came out of 19, I would have been like, I am a prophet of the dice.
So 2 successes in the end?
2. All right. So you are able to detect that the Romulan ship is venting a lot of atmosphere. Clearly, crew space has been occluded by this Klingon ship that has rammed them. The Klingon ship is in worse shape, but both are in a situation where they're not going to be ships for very much
It
longer.
probably means neither of them have shields, right?
No.
Yeah,
no.
they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Right.
No, you know what? You needed another success for more information.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled like barf on that, so.
Thank God the counselor never needs to sleep.
Oh, it's going to be a long one.
Literally every counseling session starts with, so how did you fail today?
What did you screw up today?
Why do you think you're here?
That's juicy. Too real.
Right? Yeah.
Like the classic interview questions, like the,
Yeah.
so what are your greatest strengths?
Yeah.
And weaknesses?
Oh, no. You always
Thinking
say
you're super...
my weakness is I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Yeah,
I work
just
too
And I
hard.
try too hard
I care
to get
too much.
everything right.
My generation has the worst assassins.
All right.
So, wait, was that an actual command about teleporting everyone over here?
Well, I don't give commands.
Yeah, you do. No, you're exactly right. Yeah, yeah. All transporters get as many of the Romulans off of that ship as you can.
So that's this guy's territory. The ship will obviously help.
Yeah.
Can I assist as well? With the,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know there's
How do you want to assist?
Well, trying to get
Narrative.
more
Here, I
accurate,
can
like,
roll for the
sensor
check.
readings on Romulans.
all right.
And,
Okay.
You know,
So you're doing a science-y assist.
yeah.
And so this is what, reason and engineering?
Um,
Or control and engineering?
you know what? This is going to be daring in engineering.
Daring and engineering.
cool.
Because it's a stressful, you're trying
Got
to do
it.
this fast before they
Daring.
suck vacuum.
Engineering. Systems analysis? No, none of my stuff really helps.
Yeah,
So.
sorry.
And for the ship, it's...
The ship can probably help with sensors engineering?
Sensors, engineering. Okay, so that's an 11.
That's 11. And I'm adding a die because I know my ship.
Okay.
And I'll roll, like reason and science to assist?
Yeah.
Okay.
That gives us
That's
5.
a success.
One success.
Oh, yeah. You only need,
Jesus
Two
Christ.
successes.
I think
You're
you
just-
need new dice.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you transferred to the command department.
Daring and engineering, so that's 3 successes.
3, all right.
Does untapped potential help me here?
Did you spend a momentum to get another die?
Did not spend a momentum to get
then
another
nope.
die. No. All right.
All right, but you did earn 1 because you needed 2.
Woohoo!
Yay.
But you begin transporting off Romulans. Most of them
Vulcans.
are sort of in the front
Got it.
portion, like the area where you toured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the layout. You're starting to grab people off the ship.
Got it.
Did we get Tarlok?
Tuvok.
Tuvok.
Tuvok was first on the list.
This
so
is
you know.
definitely first on the list.
Tuvok was first on the list.
I mean, it's a named character.
For so many
If
reasons.
you wanted to target a very specific one, that's a different role.
I'm
We're going to have
just
to
saying,
check
I
and see.
didn't, we
No,
didn't
he
target
came
him. I'm just saying he's first on the list.
Could we pop over and grab him?
Well, now here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
To begin this transport operation, you have dropped shields.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, no.
All
Yep.
So we are currently unshielded.
Yes.
Got
But
it.
you are rescuing Romulans by the bushel.
That's why we need to drop mines.
Let's spend a momentum to keep the initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
And these little fuckers are going to attack.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
get
I know.
shanked.
Of course they are.
We have the ablative armor.
We do have blade of armor.
Helpful. let's do some science. Do some sciencey thing. Make the sciencey people make the sciencey find those little raiders.
Oh, you want us to the suite for them?
Yes.
Is that, okay. I
Yeah.
thought. Okay.
Well spake,
A
Captain.
sensor
Yeah.
suite.
Sensor sweep using some of the info, some of the setups that we learned from the Romulans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do a tachyon burst and bounce it off of the wall of the nebula.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like it would
That
make
is
my
a science thing.
makes it sound like my focus of power systems would come into play since we're
Sure.
trying to protect their engines.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to
So-
assist with command.
I've got 2.
I'll roll for the ship.
Okay. That's
Sensors
4
and-
dice. Hold on. How
And
do
you
we
can
do
always
it?
spend a momentum
Yeah.
to get an extra die.
Let's
it only costs
roll.
1.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the extra.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, no. You stabbed me in the back, jerk dice. These
Yeah,
are
right.
the 3 I haven't rolled today. So
So
All of my dice look
sensors for
strong.
the
see
ship.
what happens.
Everyone else is in dice jail.
Yeah.
Ship is sensors and
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, 2.
That's a crit and 2 more success. Oh no, that's
that's a
That's a-
critical
that's a critical
failure.
fail.
that's a 0-2.
That's
You got those weird percentage
I got a
d20s.
2 and a 0-2. So I got a critical success and a crit fail and a regular success.
They
I'm
cancel
just
out,
all
right?
over the place.
And I got 1 success.
I did not succeed.
So we have 4
ship
successes
failed.
and 1 complication.
Very good. So you send out a tachyon burst to reflect off the inner shell of this
Yep,
fake nebula.
that adds up.
And when it comes back, you do detect the smaller vessels.
They're right on top of us.
No, they're not, actually. It appears that they have taken up station near the Romulan base.
Ah.
Let them in, sir. No? Okay, just me.
I dig it, man.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think. Yeah. No.
Anytime Hunt for October comes out, you
So
walk inside.
there are things in here that do not respond well to bullets.
Shayush, Hiroshimi, Uskaya. Never mind.
Klingon drinking song?
One ping only.
I would have liked to see Montana. All right, that's enough. All right, they are over there. They are not in a position where they're about to be attacking you.
Yay.
Congratulations. However, the emission of the tachyon burst has caused a problem with the deflector array,
Ah,
so you're going to have to spend a little time repairing that before you go to warp.
got it.
Oh, that's fine. We're not going anywhere.
Sure.
I don't know if 2 ships start exploding.
Yeah. All right. So we're teleporting people over.
Yes.
Seeing
And-
all of these people in sickbay that need to come through.
And you kept the momentum, so you
Yeah.
then took the action, so now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Speaking of the sickbay,
Yeah, we got a lot of people in there. Oh no.
a group of about 5 angry-looking Klingons and 1 angry-looking Cardassian have now teleported into the sickbay.
Whoa, wait.
Oh, hell no.
That is not what I asked for. Return
Not
my
at-
order.
Not at the top of the list.
This is the worst Amazon Prime shipping ever.
I did want to ask earlier if I could send some of my security officers down to help bring in the sickbay, the Romulans who are into sickbay, but now it seems like I'm...
It's too late.
Yeah, now it seems like I waited too
Just
long to
here.
ask you about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
they went there already, but you can absolutely dispatch them in a moment.
All right.
But it appears that the 5 Klingons that appeared, 2 of them have out the Batleth
Oh,
swords,
jeez.
I hate this.
Great.
and the other 3 have disruptor pistols.
Oh, great. Awesome. This is great.
The Cardassian that appears grabs the Cardassian doctor as he is helping somebody,
Oh, good.
and they beam out.
Whoa.
Oh.
What?
No big
That's
loss.
our doctor.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Wait.
So I'm sorry. You can't bring back the creep.
You guys just didn't want me playing a creepy Cardassian.
No, I love the creepy Cardassian, but this makes sense for the story.
Yeah.
So yeah,
rescuing him.
Yeah. Dr. Zip.
And maybe he likes it.
Yeah,
He was pretty creepy.
he was a dick. Again, no big loss.
One less Cardassian on the ship, always good.
Wait,
So
are
we're
they
dealing
just?
with Klingons.
Yes.
Okay.
But you could absolutely also be near Sickbay.
Probably was. I was probably helping offload
For sure.
people from the.
Now, were you
transporter
beaming
bay.
Romulans right to the Sickbay?
Yeah, if it doesn't take any extra time. Like, whatever we can do super fast.
I mean, you can dump off some there, but you can't just keep beaming Romulans to the
Right.
Sickbay. It's not that big a room.
I think it was a combination of, like, a bunch in there, and then just bring them to the pad and bring in, like, medics, you know?
Yeah, not all of them will need medical attention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Previous,
I
try to
was for the
triage
image.
whoever we get. But I don't
think-
know, that's the doctor's
yeah.
job.
I'm thinking
So-
the Romulans we probably would have beamed to a cargo
Bay, a secure cargo bay,
Yeah.
and sent medical professionals
Cargo
there.
Bay 2, because Cargo Bay 1 is full of anachronistic Starfleet
Yeah, this is
people.
going to be a real weird ship in about 15 minutes.
We are the collectors.
It was a real
This is
weird
going to be,
shit.
woo boy.
Yeah.
But now you are faced with several angry Klingons.
Oh,
Hi,
only the
angry
Cardassians
Klingons.
left.
Only the Cardassian left, yeah.
Boys, you gotta calm down. No, honestly, like, calm down, all right? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Are you guys fighting? Like, are you fighting?
They're like, they arrived and they're in a ready to fight
They're
stance.
about to fight?
Yeah.
Calm down. Put those things down. Down.
I do not believe this is the right tactic.
No one in the history of being told to calm down has ever calmed down.
That is true.
And that was totally in character, by the way.
I think we were all in character. I meant the sword things, the fighting things.
I'm letting you have this as a free action.
Do I need
you're just
to roll
talking,
to
like, if you
persuade
wanna-
this? Come on.
Need to fire her face.
What do you?
Well, you can both take an action. That's cool. Because they managed to land and take an action as a group.
Right.
That's fine.
Clearly.
So if you want to take an action to try and persuade them to put down their weapons,
You guys, this is so unnecessary. There's a lot going on right now.
it's gonna be real hard. I'm just telling you.
I know
they
you
don't
guys
look
are
real
not
friendly.
reasonable people.
Tell them to calm down some more.
God, it's not going to go well. Okay.
And you're gonna just grab a phaser off the wall and
Just is
Well,
going
I
to
had a
plastic.
phaser with me because
Sure.
we were bringing on a
Sure.
ton of people
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
the ship.
We've
Well,
been
it
on.
seems like that's security protocol.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been on red alert for a while and yellow
Yeah.
alert all the time we've been in here. So.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
really
that's
sure
how-
what it attaches to because I decided I have like a Troy outfit. But
you have that Velcro waistband. Everybody has the
yeah,
magic
it's kinda
Velcro waistband.
is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
What do I need to roll to?
It's a daring and security to whip out a phaser and shoot somebody.
Okay, so that's an 11.
Get it.
Try it. See what
I'm
happens.
going to try.
That is 2 successes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Do it.
Go ahead and roll some damage.
All right, so it's the 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have an updated number, right? Like I
It
typed
has been
something and I told you to
3
fix it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, very
I
good.
have that.
Oh, the
So roll the
phasers are
updated
6.
number. The phaser is whatever number is printed on your sheet plus your security rating.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
6.
I'm going to try
6?
some.
Six.
Jesus.
6 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they show up, Cardassian beams out, and they're going "Arr!" angry Klingon noises. And who do you shoot? A bat'leth wielder or a disruptive pistol wielder?
Disruptive because they're
Very
going to
good.
be more of an immediate threat and
Okay.
have
So-
range.
So the
Positronic brain, bitches!
you analyze the entirety of the situation,
But yeah!
and you actually shoot the guy that's wearing like a lieutenant's uniform.
Wow.
So you shoot him literally in the face.
Oh, these are to the
You just go.
It actually improved his look.
Hey,
Oh,
sitting right
you.
here. Sitting right
I was
here.
like, I feel like
Come
that's
see
what-
me in counseling.
Oh, I'm going to have some
We'll
things
work
to
on
say. His Honor has. Well,
I think maybe she's saying he's just a real ugly Klingon.
Yeah, he was extra ugly.
Oh, extra.
Whatever.
Wow. Wow.
I was trying to help you out of that hole.
Racist.
All right.
So many counseling sessions.
So you hit him in the face. It sort of spins him around, and he drops his pistol. He's not. Well, you did 6.
Yeah.
He has eyes in his face. He might be
And
blind.
your weapon was on stun, so he is stunned. Because you did more than 5 damage in one attack.
Stunning.
So he collapses to the ground. Yeah, I almost forgot that rule that you used so successful on the the other guy. Yeah. Maybe that's just a thing. Maybe I shouldn't let you guys phaser people because you're just like, yeah, guess what? That guy's down.
I mean, that's kind of how it works in the show.
Yeah. Pretty much anyone who gets hit with a phaser is knocked out.
But these are angry Klingon warriors ready to fight.
Look, this is the thing Trist has gotten to do tonight. So far.
And he got hit in the face with science.
So
It was.
I blinded him with science.
Yeah,
You wanted a full
man.
table.
I did. It's good. It is good.
True. All right, so we still have the other 4 in there. Is that what you're saying?
There are 3 more.
3 more.
No, you're right. There's 4. There's 2 with pistols and
All
2
right.
with batlets.
So I'm still gonna try to reason with these guys.
I'm into it.
I'm super. I've got a Klingon dictionary over here, so it's gonna be real good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Oh my god, I know. I love that you're on my side. I see it. Trist is so ready for this.
Well, I love the fact that
"Hey, guys."
they show up and you're like, "Hey man, calm down." And she's like, "In the face!"
That feels right though, because you never know what someone's going to be like till they're under pressure. You know what I mean? Though? And some people are trained differently, like properly, and some people are not. So,
We're not allowed to sit next to each other.
so I'm going to say, which means sex. I'm like, hey guys, this is an opportunity right now. You know, like you only know like 2 words. That's literally the one I remember.
Can I say that Trist understands Klingon?
Yes, Tris does. Tris totally does. And I'm like, guys, and I say it again and again and again, and they're like, and it like, I feel like it baffles them.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys.
Doctor, are you certain that you're offering?
Yeah. I heard it once in an outpost. It's gotta be good. And like, I was like, I heard it while I was drinking this one night.
It definitely changed
you
everyone's mood.
You keep saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
I don't know. The people who went off were so happy when they heard it.
Yeah.
It's got to be a happy greeting. It means happiness, right?
It most certainly does.
What am I saying? What do you mean?
You're propositioning.
Oh.
Fine with it.
And then she just keeps saying it.
Do you know what Klingon sex is like?
I'm sure it's great.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Energetic.
They all look very, like,
So-
strong.
Why don't you do presence and command?
Sure. All right.
Can't wait for this.
Yeah. Okay.
This
Oh.
mandatory, captain mandated counseling session.
Oh, that's 1, right?
Just got bumped up
two
to a,
dice.
like highest importance for
Red alert.
Red alert counseling.
1 success, 1 fail.
Okay. So
My throat hurts.
Hers will later.
none of them are immediately like, "Hey!" But they're all like,
What?
and because their commanding officer has been laid low by a phaser blast to the face,
I figured that would
they're
help.
probably looking at each other. They're like, "Eh?
It's foreplay.
Like, and you see one guy and he's kind of into it, and then the others are like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?"
Oh my god.
So you have successfully managed to delay their turn with confusion.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It worked. Thank you for the dictionary.
Oh, it's good.
Oh my god.
Everything about this is perfect.
Screw. Jesus Christ. Good luck explaining this, Malata. Good luck.
Log. Holy shit.
Period. Done.
You would not fucking believe today.
Well, what I had to
Captain's
do.
log. The fuck?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
We shouldn't be allowed to sit next to each other.
It wouldn't help. It's getting the whole table.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Great. Thank you.
they took an action. I'm giving you guys a free another action.
Great.
Because
We
of
need
the
it.
confusion.
I'm going to shoot another.
Yes. Shoot enough one.
You can shoot a
But at
wide-
this point, you don't both get an action.
No. You can
So-
go for it.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
definitely done my part.
Okay.
You can try to stun all of them
Cheap
because they got that
momentum for
fancy
another.
wide beam.
There are lots of
Spending
people in
momentum to
sickbay.
get
Yeah.
die.
Another die would be good.
Oh, you have the untapped potential too, don't you?
Oh,
Aren't
yeah.
you a young officer?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that means you can re-roll one of those because
Oh,
you
sweet.
spent momentum to buy one.
Huzzah.
Right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that it? You re-roll.
I thought
It's a
Hold on.
re-roll if you.
If you spend,
Oh,
yeah.
I can look it up too. If you want.
I'll get there.
I think you said you're insane. Oh my god. Makes me want to get one of those books. I want to read it.
You know, they're so pretty.
It's gorgeous. I definitely have it on my little list
Yeah.
I have the
to
PDF
go and look
version.
at
It's really nice.
some more on the internet tonight.
Yeah.
Still Cyber Monday, you guys.
Oh God.
Haven't gone shopping yet, and I
think-
definitely have a list.
I was
I
gonna
think
say
Drive-Thru RPG has it.
a lot of places
yeah,
have
it's
They have a
extended
big
it too.
sale on right now.
So yeah, after you've rolled, you can roll one of the damage dice, and if you get a delta, you get the momentum back. That's the untapped potential.
Yeah.
Oh, they reroll damage dice.
No. So
You roll a
after
damage
you,
die.
so you spend a momentum. If you have untapped potential, you make your roll like normal. Whatever happens, happens. Then you roll one of these
Oh, just separately from the
separately
attack,
from
yeah.
the event,
Okay.
and you roll it. And if you get a delta symbol, that means you get this momentum back
cool.
on the table.
Okay,
So-
cool.
It's a way to get a possible free extra die.
Right.
All right.
I like it.
Shoot that Klingon in the face.
Yeah.
Delta.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's a six.
It was a six.
Oh, those are all successes.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
So
roll
four successes.
four successes.
Because
Yeah,
the
because
Delta.
that's a
And
crit.
roll one of these also for untapped potential.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, hey.
And you get the momentum back.
Cool.
And now you get to roll your damage for your phaser.
Okay, so that is how many do I get to roll?
It depends on your character sheet.
It's
Oh, that's the six.
six.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
am I asking?
Did she get extra for the extra successes, or do extra successes get anything in there?
No, I don't.
They
think
just get more momentum. I guess.
so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just helps on the momentum angle. But you have succeeded in shooting him,
Okay,
since they are just confused.
so
1, 2, 3.
3 damage. Okay, so he's not instantly stunned this time.
But you could spend momentum. You could spend 2 momentum to get a secondary target. You could spend 2 momentum to disarm him.
I mean, a secondary target would be really helpful right
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
you've got what, one more guy?
Yep.
There was 3, or there?
There's 4 left.
Okay.
4
There
left.
were 2 with pistols.
Yeah, I mean, only if you guys are cool with me spending the momentum.
I'm
for
into
this.
it.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Spend it.
So, and then basically roll
We're
again
fine.
for the secondary target.
Yeah, we'll roll the
Um,
damage again.
It
that
says, what does
what
it
it
say?
is?
A second target within reach of the attack's target is also affected by the target and suffers half the attack's damage, rounding down.
Okay.
Okay, so he gets just
So-
a little.
Yeah.
That's
So
still
you-
worth it.
You fire and you hit. I'll say that you hit one of the guys with the batleth as the secondary target.
Okay.
Like it
Yeah.
grazes him and hits the guy behind him with the pistol.
Yeah.
Because you were
Okay.
wanting to shoot the pistol people, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they've got range on us, and I'm trying to get them knocked out first.
Yeah, me too.
So
Knocked out, not knocked
you
up,
shoot that guy for 3,
Oh, I can't do that anymore.
and the guy that was right in front of him takes 1.
It's long
Okay.
over.
But they're both still up and conscious. They're like angry. 'Cause-
Really? Why?
Yeah.
I have
Weren't
no
they
idea
angry
why.
before?
Yeah,
Sorry about
but
that.
Well, they're
Extra
Klingons.
justice.
They're
They're
always
continuing their
It's
anger.
fine.
Exactly.
Very good. So now, before we go to their turn in sickbay, because I like to do things to myself that aren't always smart, I like to coordinate space battles and land battles at the same time.
Right? That's awesome.
So, back to the bridge. The Klingon death hug of the warbird has continued. They're both drifting out of place because their engine systems seem to be offline at this point. You have retrieved probably about 40 Romulans at this point.
Out of how many?
They've got a pretty big crew. There's several hundred, at least.
We're not going to get all of
They're
them.
not all going to make it, so...
No.
Well, but it just takes time.
Got it.
I want to have a little character moment.
Oh.
Near Rorg.
Skip.
As you're over at your engineering,
Beep, 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 beep,
beeping.
Oh my god.
Very scientific.
Rorg, what's the status of the Romulans warp core?
Let me roll sensors and find out that information for you. Give me a second. So this would be reason and engineering.
Let's do insight engineering.
Insight engineering, and can you roll for the ship?
Ship sensors?
Yeah, ship can probably do sensors and engineering.
Insight engineering, so that's a 12. I'm adding a d20. Oh, wait, I should add one more d20. 3 d20 for I know my ship.
Okay. Well, this isn't applying to your ship.
Got it. All
You're
right.
censoring something else.
Censoring something else. Got it.
Yeah.
That
One
is,
for the ship.
and one for me. One success.
Okay, so 2 successes. Their singularity core appears to be intact at this point.
Their core is intact. Excuse me. So I don't think we need to worry about them blowing up anytime soon.
I think the captain has something else in mind.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
It was a singularity with next to a warp core explosion that brought us here.
Oh. Are you thinking you wanna blow up the Klingon ship and see if we can get the hell out?
Let's keep that in our back pocket. I don't want to kidnap however many Romulans we rescue off that ship and take them back to our universe without their permission. It's not right for us to go home on their expense.
All right.
Although,
But
if the core starts to go critical, I don't think we should miss the opportunity.
both of you keep an eye on that situation. If you see an opportunity, we need to take it.
Got it, Skip.
So I'm going to order the science department to do super in-depth scanning of the Singularity warp core.
Continual scan.
Yeah, but it's not something I'm doing personally.
Check.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll set the computer to start calculating what we would need. Like, what's the warp explosion like? Is this possible even?
Sure.
And,
Okay, go ahead.
and this isn't an action necessarily, but I want. I mean, this can be on our next turn that we get back in the space battle or whatever. But I want to put Shazaner on. Like, I want to take out those two raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
That I can do,
her
but
next
first,
assignment.
do we know people that popped onto our ship?
Nobody said anything.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Yeah. No one raised an alarm.
We're busy shooting and or hitting
Yes.
on them.
We're either hitting or hitting. Hitting on them or hitting them. I get it.
Like I
Kinda
said,
busy.
Yeah.
The doctor did this.
Yeah.
not that I
Doctor
don't think you can
gets
take care of yourself.
I'm fine. I've survived this long. I feel confident in my skills. I have
Normally,
a certain skill
normally
set.
I would assume like, oh, we would know somebody beamed on board, except we have been beaming
Yeah.
a shit ton of people
Like
on board.
dozens of
and
people,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
our
feel
shields
like
are
we
just
would-
down.
yeah,
So.
right. I feel like we wouldn't monitor that.
That said, I had thought before, and I can't believe I didn't think to bring it up before this happened. We are bringing a bunch of Romulans onto the ship. I would love to send a couple security officers down to
The cargo bay?
Cargo Bay. And if they happen to pass Med Bay on the way, it'd be lovely. That's probably not going to happen, but who knows?
Without a schematic of the ship in front of me,
It's on the way.
even if they passed by, it's still a
They're not
closed
gonna-
door. Like they're
Damn
not
it.
going to go in
They're not
there
gonna know
unless they're
what's
going in
on
there.
Well, I'm sending them down anyway, just in case.
But you know
then.
what? Somebody roll for the ship. Computer security.
Computer and security.
Not me.
So 9 and 4
Oh,
is
13.
13.
Pretty good.
We got a
That's
3.
great.
Okay.
That's a crit. If the ship can crit.
Yeah, true. It is.
Can it?
It's under the. It's under the
Well,
security.
the ship doesn't have a focus.
But it's
still
does.
under the. It's
It
under the
says-
3.
It says noticing borders. Weird. This is like handwritten section called focuses.
It's misspelled. It's Borders like the bookstore because it's really surprising if you see one thing here.
You're just flying through space. Hey, we should stop.
Everybody stop!
I have that last gift card.
Oh my god.
They still have a Seattle's best coffee inside. Deep cuts.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
All right.
Wow.
So,
Sorry, no, yes. It's great.
Wow.
okay.
So
So missed you.
Welcome home, Mac.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
So,
I love
I
old
think-
retail. I love it so much.
I think the two of you and Clara, you can all three of you, as bridge officers, you can roll to see if you notice the little computer alert.
Red dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there not a little red dot next to my pew pew buttons?
Well, you specifically said it only has 2 buttons on that display.
For my own simplicity.
So,
really
you know, if
anything
you
close to
opted
everything?
for the advanced design course,
Hoist it on your own Picard.
Get out.
No, please stay.
but if you're going, get ice.
Oh god.
Is this just one
Yeah.
die? What are we rolling here?
No, go ahead and do 2 dice. Let's do insight security.
Oh thank god.
What was that sound?
That was my chuckle at my 11. Oh, that's 2 successes, though.
2
I
successes.
can't see what this is.
2 successes.
2 successes.
I got 3 successes.
Almost a crit, dang.
Wait.
Grievous.
Oh wait, no, I don't have a focus.
No, I think
That's a crit.
It's fine, I
3
crit.
successes.
So 2
Yeah.
successes for me.
I saw the
And a
crap
6.
out of that
Well,
dot.
all of you noticed it. There was 1 success is all you needed. But
Yeah.
good job.
Mac, can you mute me? Because I don't have a button on here.
Number 6.
Anybody? Thank you. Yes.
So you all noticed the.
I think you. Oh, never mind.
We lock
It
eyes.
took a little while because the computer, as it filtered through the fact that there were tons of Romulans beaming on board, and the ship is designed to recognize Romulans as, hey, maybe those guys shouldn't be on board.
Water.
That's all water.
Yeah,
Not
just go for the.
That's not going to work.
We got to go for the grip, man.
Not to use your hand. It's okay.
the ladder in there.
There's too much
There's
water.
too much
for
water.
me.
It's-
This is
It's
not
too
a-
much water.
Oh, there's already water.
Oh my god.
Cup,
Man,
man,
tan.
your cup can't take it.
I'm giving her all I've got.
Why are we whales here?
Why don't you just use your hands on the ice?
Go wash them in the restroom.
Yeah, but now it's locked.
Oh,
Oh no.
hold on.
So
Dear.
for those listening along, we've had a lot of Earl Grey liqueur.
Clearly not enough.
That's cute.
Jason is also neurotic.
A little. I'm the right amount of neurotic.
It's a beautiful amount. The rest of us are also neurotic as well, just not about the thing that Jason is neurotic about at this moment.
Oh
True.
yeah, true. Oh my god, yeah. I realize we are all okay. Anyway, hi.
Oh yeah, I am like crazy neurotic.
Oh my
There are
God.
so
I don't know
many.
what you mean.
Queen of neurosis.
Yeah.
Before your leader.
I think that's how we're all here. Is that part of the deal? I feel like that was how we got compiled for this group.
Yeah, we should have the same therapist. Just Kimmy looked down the list and was like,
I'm the therapist.
So meta.
Oh no.
Oh my god. The funny thing is, like,
Happy Jack's counselor.
I know, right? Yeah. The
Oh
funny-
my god, Mac.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think any of us are like actually like drunk. Like
No.
I'm like tiny bit buzzed. I'm actually not super drunk.
I don't
but
think
I'm
I've
just
ever
like,
been drunk
Right,
before,
yeah.
though.
Oh, I've
either.
definitely been drunk.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Special kind of drunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
I've
You got-
been,
I've definitely
yeah.
been there.
I did used to
But
be a
I'm
beer
drunk.
sales rep, and I would have to go like drain kegs places, you know.
What?
Where
No,
you go and like
drunk.
you put certain. Anyway, got to
That's
make the
very
sales.
special.
It's a certain thing.
Oh, you're all out of this one.
Drunk is what you get with Earl Grey.
yeah. Earl Grey.
Oh man.
Oh,
I
this
think
is
you
great.
married my second cousin.
I tell you what, playing.
Oh,
I tell you
I'll
what.
tell you what.
I tell you what.
What? I
playing,
done told you.
playing Fallout 76 lately has gotten me back into my family history.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
What is it? Playing what?
Fallout 76.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my mom's side of the family are legitimately McCoys of the Hatfield and McCoys. So yeah.
Really?
Really?
So yeah, West Virginia and moonshining. I'm good.
That's amazing.
So you're bringing moonshine to the next game. That's all I heard.
Earl Grey moonshine.
No, I don't have a moonshine setup.
No. That's why we heard
'Cause my
banjo
great-
music
There you
earlier.
go.
It all comes
Because my
together.
great grandfather blew up the garage here in Pasadena
Oh shit.
in the 1940s. Wow. So I don't have a setup anymore.
You didn't even need to have moonshine in the 40s.
Yeah, like you could.
No. It's not about need.
People make moonshine all the time. I had apple pie shine when I was at
Oh, they sell that.
in Nashville. They have apple pie shine. They have all kinds of flavors. Anyway,
Yeah, they sell
I didn't
got
realize it was
stuff
like
with the
Vegas where you
cherries
can
in it, so.
you
Yeah.
can drink outside
Oh yeah.
in
yeah.
Nashville, and I was like, they have like the bicycle thing where you like the bicycle
Oh
bar.
yeah. Yep.
Where like 10 people are like riding a bicycle down the street, but they're all drinking on the thing.
Like
Oh,
the bartender's the guy with the steering wheel.
Yes.
Everybody else is pumping a gear
Yeah.
system.
Doesn't seem like a good idea.
oh,
Oh, great. They buckle you in. You get a
Yes.
buckle.
Or is it the best idea?
it's the best, yeah, it's pretty cool.
There are
Anyway,
seatbelts. I'm cool with that.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Nashville's great. I highly recommend, but the shine, there's lots of shine there.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
get
That's very
seatbelt
different
belts that are,
than
like, from
having the shine.
It's like
very
apple
different
pie
kind.
shine, blueberry shine,
It's-
moonshine.
You got the
Red
shine,
rum.
kid. By shine, I mean yours. What was it? Drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's these two little girls in little blue outfits that are like, you want to get drunk?
Oh my god, I would go to that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
two little girls.
I like it. I like it.
Drink with us.
You're muted.
I can't do
Did you do
anything
the
about
thing?
that.
Oh,
Never mind. I just wanted you to know.
I feel like you're just shaming me.
Hi.
why didn't you get over and push the button?
Happy Jack's counselor. This is what I do. This is how
right.
my therapy sessions go. They're just shame.
So you guys are actively monitoring
Shame streak.
the Romulan Singularity situation.
And the engine on the Klingon ship as well.
Okay.
Because we basically need a warp core breach
Very
in
good.
close proximity to a Singularity to get ourselves home.
I'm headed to sickbay. Give me a second.
Do you want to head to sickbay?
I
Because you
would
guys
like-
have just noticed the fact that there's an intruder alert. There are Klingons in the sickbay.
So, out of character, I have not gotten to literally punch a thing yet, and I would love to do that.
Yeah.
In character, I should probably stay at the console. So I'm going to send some people down.
You can go
You
punch
can
things.
absolutely go punch something, and
You can
somebody
get
else
beamed
will.
down there.
Oh, beam me down there!
The transporters are a little busy
Yeah.
right now with
Fine.
Romulan evacuation.
I don't walk.
Take one.
Like a turbo lift.
That's a whole cycle that could be saving 6 people.
Yeah.
One person saves 6 people?
The good of the many
Outweigh
Man.
the needs of the
Understand
few.
how we could do 6
Or
of
the-
outweigh
them.
the laziness of the one.
Yeah, that's even
Hey,
good.
okay, excuse you. It was not because I'm lazy. It's because it would look epic.
Yeah.
Just pop
It's an
in.
emergency. We have
Fists
borders.
blazing.
Wow.
It's
Can I-
amazing. There's a reason you're in med bay because they shouldn't do that.
I want a fold-out sword.
You're just there, like, squirting lighter fluid on your hand. Like, it's time to fight!
Funny enough, not the first character I've had who's done that.
It hurts so bad, I hate you!
Oh god.
All right.
Wow.
So,
I'll take a turbo lift. It's fine.
but you can absolutely go to sickbay. It's only going to take you one turn to get there.
I figured.
Yeah. Because turbo lifts move at the speed of the plot. And you don't have anybody to talk to in there, so
I don't.
you're going to be there in a second.
We can fix that.
That is so true.
Can you? I was gonna say, are you an android or are you a hologram? Because we have a hologram doctor
I'm an
as well.
android.
Okay, I was gonna say, because if it was hologram doctor, we could have a
It's
session.
it's unfair that you confuse the two. If I had feelings, I would be offended.
Gonna just dig my hole in. Ignore me. That's what I'm doing on the turbo bay. Turbo lift.
Tell me more about this hole you're digging.
Why do you feel like you need to dig it?
Can you take it?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Anyway,
Can I bring a buddy? Like,
You can call for security to meet you there.
I'd like to have some security meet me there.
Yes, for sure. So you can arrange that in
Yeah.
transit. That's happening right now as we speak. We will now go back to sickbay,
Yep.
where you guys have an action between the two of you. So who's going to do something?
well, I shot something last time. If you want to talk to them for another round, you let me know.
I feel judged right now, but I'm okay with it. So,
Would you like the dictionary again?
no. I probably only know that word.
Replicator.
Like, honestly, right? Okay, so how are they now? Are they like still confused, or like what are they?
Well, it looks like they're about to
their
take.
dudes got down or got shot
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Well, two of the ones that one is on the ground unconscious.
Right.
Two of the ones that are standing up have been hit with a phaser, but they're not down.
Okay.
They're
So
hardy.
looking like they're ready to fight.
Yes, they're.
Okay, that's not good. So maybe I got to be like, all right, fine, and I'm gonna pull out my phaser, I guess, and I got to try to shoot, right?
Sure.
Oh
God.
Like, there are four of them now.
You could run out of the room.
No,
You
no,
could-
no. I'm not gonna run out of the room.
You could run up and try and punch somebody if you prefer. Do that. Or like do a flying Tellarite tackle.
I would
Yeah.
like to do that. Why didn't? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I don't even know what. Okay. What should I roll for that?
How about
It's gonna be great. I don't know why you're so worried.
let's do fitness security.
Okay, great. So fitness. Oh, not bad. Okay. Yeah. Security not so great. Fitness is fine. I'm pretty tough old broad.
So you can literally just put your head down and go in
I'm
for
like,
the
no,
shoulder tackle
that's what I
charge.
imagine. No. Okay, we got one success, one fail.
Okay.
So does that just cancel out?
No.
Does that mean I hit one of these guys?
Yeah.
He puts his arm out and you just swing him in cycles.
He's like, no. So are you trying to tackle one of the guys with the sword or one of the guys with the pistol?
Ooh, I'm probably gonna go for the guy with the pistol like an idiot
Very good.
because that sounds more dangerous. They're
The
both
guy has a
dangerous.
sword. If you're
got a
charging
big
at
ass
him,
sword.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
that-
yeah, I'm gonna go for the guy with the pistol. Try to knock the pistol out.
cool. What is your fitness?
My fitness is 10.
Oh, okay.
Told you I'm a tough old broad.
Are you specifically trying to disarm?
Yeah, I would like to disarm him.
Okay.
I was like, see, back in World War, no. Gotta disarm a guy.
If you can knock the batleth, I don't know. Batleth out of his hands, I'd like to play with that.
Oh, God.
That's okay.
We should have taken a focus on improvised weapons.
Okay, that needed.
I needed more successes.
You
than
did.
that.
You need one more success. I'm sorry.
Is there anything else? What else can I do? Can I not do anything
Can the
else?
ship help?
And momentum.
You can spend
I
momentum
don't
to
want
get
really
another
have one more
die.
left.
The ship shifts slightly.
You could, though. It's your choice.
I don't want to take it. No, I feel like
Okay.
it's not worth it. I feel
Alright.
like there might be something
So you
else
run
that's
over
more
and
worth
you
it.
go to like make the tackle on this guy.
Can you spend your determination?
Oh yeah, can
Can you
I?
use your value?
Or can like a medic jump in and help her?
Can I get there at the appropriate moment?
No, it's not really an assisty kind of attack.
Drunken heroics.
Oh shit!
Is that one of your? Yeah,
That's one of my focuses.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
Lord.
Wait, how
You
do we
could
know
study
she's
that?
drunk right now?
Oh,
Because I'm awake.
I was about to say.
She's breathing.
Got it.
I am awake.
well, is that a focus or is that one of your values?
That's a focus, actually. So doesn't matter what. I
Oh.
need it to be a value.
Yeah.
My value is nothing's going to help me on that. I have nothing as sacred throughout the handbook. Wrote my own, and that ain't nothing new.
To
That
be
ain't
fair,
nothing
throwing out
new.
the handbook.
Yeah, you could do that. Ain't nothing.
That
new.
ain't nothing new. I've
Like,
seen Klingons.
I've seen
like
Klingons
this
appear in my
before.
sickbay before. Not today.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
So if you want to spend your determination points,
Sure.
then you would get a crit success in addition to the success you already got.
Great.
So for sure, you
Let's do
have
that.
charged up and literally grabbed this Klingon warrior, and you are in a wrestling fight with him now. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Olaf's
anthem.
enjoying it though.
I am. I am. How about
Can you
now?
keep repeating the one word you know in Klingon?
Right? Yeah.
She's wrestling this guy, yelling sex, sex.
To be fair, that is essentially Klingon foreplay. That is wrestling under the weapon.
That sounds right. He's into it.
Terry, I know who you are as a person.
Oh my god, it's so good. Just this whole scene in the sickbay is, I think, one of my favorite Star Trek scenes I've ever seen. Because it's just a bunch of dudes beam in and they're ready to fight, and then she just shoots a guy in the face and then starts screaming, sex, sex.
Counselor sniping.
And then they get confused for a minute, and then she shoots again, and then she just starts running and screaming, sex.
It's priceless.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Whew.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. So you are, but you're keeping him occupied. He's not shooting
Absolutely.
anybody else because
Yeah.
you're busy sexing
Because
him.
we're busy.
Yeah.
Stop
Very
to the TikTok, you don't. Stop to the TikTok, you don't.
All right. But now they will get a turn.
Okay.
Is the Klingon who was kind of into it the one who didn't get attacked?
Oh,
No,
totally.
he's looking over like jealous. Clearly, he's a little upset. He's like, "Really?
I was going to hit that.
He always gets all the babes.
Right? Yeah.
He's the good-looking one.
Damn moron.
Oh no, that's God."
Sorry.
All right, so the first thing with the bat lift, like he goes to like swipe at the nearest person to him, like there's a Romulans there, and he like steps forward. He probably gets his foot caught in your tangle, and like takes a step, but like the horn on the front of his boot catches, and he trips and. Like, he doesn't drop his bat lift, but he doesn't make his attack at all. Like, it's just a total whiff. Now, the second guy... Oh, he's better. Okay. So, he takes a step forward and just, like, shoulder to hip slashes across one of the Romulans that has beamed in.
Like a Romulan who's just standing there, or in a bed, or like what?
Like, he's standing there. Like, because they beamed in, they weren't, like, the ones that you beamed over, they're not horribly injured or
yeah.
something. They're just, some burns and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, he was standing there, and, like, he turns to see this fiasco going on, and he's like, what? And then this Klingon's like, after he gets himself gathered together, he's like, oh! And slashes across, and the guy falls over backwards. So you don't see all the guts, because that wouldn't be
you
okay
can't
for
do that.
TV.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Implied guts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Clearly. There's, like, the
Tasteful.
green slash.
Tasteful guts. That was
And then the remainder... Oh, he's better. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying words at this point. I don't know why I'm like this either. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's more like my boyfriend's gonna be like, what?
So he, the second guy with the pistol that she's not wrestling with, he tries to take a shot at you. He misses, but he hits some kind of medical equipment behind you.
Okay. Which
so-
naturally, I'm sure, sparks and.
Yeah, it's the big explosion of sparks. So it'll increase your difficulty by 1. It's created like a complication of like sparks and smoke that make it a little more difficult for you to phaser from where you are.
Okay.
But he didn't hit you. So
Okay.
And then Wrestling Guy is busy wrestling.
Yeah. We're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and busy.
It's like, I do not consent.
This is really just a hug for him. You're just like,
Oh, no, it's fine.
it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys have an action.
I'm going to try and phaser somebody
Yeah.
instead of weirdly foreplay with them.
I'm sorry. I feel judged. It's cool.
We said that was, what, daring and security?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'll need 3 successes.
Well, I
Because of the
literally can't do
additional-
that unless I spend momentum and.
Well, you could get a crit.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well,
also spend momentum.
all right.
Yeah, let's get rid of these guys in
Yeah.
the medical bay.
Oh, 2 successes.
Dang.
Blast.
Any
Uh,
focuses apply.
Well, what was the other thing for the values?
If you
If one of your values makes sense in the situation, you could use it to get a crit success die.
you can also challenge your values, right? Too.
Yeah,
Or
like
does
if it
that
feels
mean the
like
same
one of
thing?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I have there's always an answer, but I'm almost wondering if instead of using my phaser, maybe I use something that's actually in the med bay that's not necessarily my phaser, especially because the explosion just happened and there's stuff around. But that I'm not sure because the pen is mightier than the sword, and I'm wondering if I pick up something else that's like super weird. Like I literally just hurl a pen at him.
But if you sort of
But
question that one,
yeah, maybe actually
Oh, yeah.
I could be questioning that value.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe this
Yeah.
is
Right
my
now-
You're like, hey, you know what? Maybe this phaser is solving this problem for sure.
Yeah, it
Yeah, you
totally
could-
is.
yeah.
So, okay.
So you could get a crit success die. Crit success die with that, which would put you over the line.
Okay.
So you could
Let's
roll
do
your
that.
damage
All right.
on the guy that tried to shoot you, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause fuck that guy.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
definitely fuck that guy. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
A lot of successes.
Yeah.
7
7.
damage.
So yeah, you absolutely hit that fool.
Yeah.
And like you stun him and he spins around and you can see he's got the sad look because he's like, my friend's still getting some. Oh!
Your time will come.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
there's some for you too.
The questioning pen is mightier than a sword, and I'm like, if only I could understand what savagery feels like.
All right.
Huzzah.
Back on the bridge. No, you know what? This is a good moment for you to come in.
It's a weird moment at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real
That's
weird.
why it's perfect.
Sickbay's always real weird.
I don't know what you mean.
Android's taking down 2 Klingons, and
I try
doctor's
really hard not to get
trying
sick.
to take down another.
Yeah, the doctor's taking down a Klingon.
Taking him down.
I'm not sure if I know what Klingon foreplay looks like, but I know what wrestling looks like. This is something. So the door's
So
open.
you step in, and there's sort of near you is Trist standing there with a phaser out, and there's sort of like a cloud of smoke around her a little bit, and then you see there's just an eviscerated Romulan on the floor, and there's 2 Klingons that are just out. One Klingon is wrestling with the doctor. Mommy and Daddy are wrestling.
Mommy,
And
daddy,
mommy and
wrestling.
daddy love each other very, very much.
So,
It's like when an Andorian and an Andorian and an Andorian and an Andorian.
I was gonna say I've never seen it with 2 people before.
well, they're just getting started. There's a couple more in the room.
How would that even work?
But there are 2 bat'leth wielding Klingons.
Oh, there are 2 more. For some reason, I thought there were only 3 on the.
No, there were 4 total.
Okay.
One of them has now been phased away. One of them is wrestling with the doctor that had pistols. and then the 2 guys with.
Awesome.
Well, 2 of them have been.
Yeah, 2 of them have taken out.
2 down.
Well, the
2 are down.
lieutenant was
Yeah,
the
but
first-
that's before I got
down
to this
quick.
count.
Oh, okay.
There were 5 Klingons total and 1 Cardassian.
Thank you.
Cardassian showed up and took the
originally I
Cardassian
thought
away.
there were 4
You took out the
Yeah.
leader Klingon right away. There were 4 left
Got
active.
it, got it.
There's a doesn't happen to. I probably don't know how to use it, but I want to play with that batleth.
Well, you don't have one yet. You definitely take it from
Oh,
the Klingon.
give me a chance.
But you have don't you have like the Ushan knife? Didn't you go with that?
Oh shit! Do I? I don't.
Yeah.
It's somewhere on here, I think. Oh no, I have a phaser.
No.
It does not
but
say
did you
Ushan.
take the Ushan as a thing?
I did. So do I
Yeah.
actually get the Ushan knife?
Yeah.
Oh sweet!
Oh boy.
So it's like
Not to
the
fuck someone up.
yeah. It's this crazy
Is it Andorian weapon?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know anything about
They're
that.
badass
Neither do I.
swords people.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm hoping that it does a lot of stabbing.
So it's a razor sharp ice miner tool that looks kind of like the ulu knife the Eskimo use. That's like that. It's sort of like an arc and a
Okay.
handle.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah.
round for flensing kind of weapon.
Okay.
But yeah, it does
There's
2 damage and it's vicious.
wonderful.
So you could attack with that if you'd prefer, or you could whip out a phaser and do that, or you could wrestle like the doctor.
What's funny is I have hand-to-hand combat as a focus.
Oh yeah,
Like, I really
you're
could
like
just jump in there.
You have never studied Tellarite hand-to-hand combat before, but now you're like, hey, it's working. It's pretty
Maybe
good.
I learned Tellarite hand-to-hand combat from the doctor.
In all those practice sessions.
Like I said, only 2 people. Not weird.
Yep.
Or very weird.
Kinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Honestly, from where I'm at, I might shoot first. Actually,
And
I
ask
don't want to blow up.
questions never.
Ask questions never. Part of me wants to
I
blow.
rolled over again.
So, I have been informed that one can use a phaser as a bomb or as a grenade, but I don't think that's a great idea.
It's a room full of
No.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explosives are bad
And only
idea.
2 of them are bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
There's a bunch of Romulans in there. They
No,
might be
yeah,
bad
the
guys.
smartest thing to do is shoot from the door.
Who shot that shit?
Yeah, let's do Sean that shit.
Okay.
Can I have
So you
another
charge
shirt?
in and make your melee attack.
Combat roll.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How many do I roll? What do I do?
17.
Let's do daring and security.
2.
2 dice. Now, before you give me any result numbers, with your Ushan thing, if you decide to buy an extra die with threat, not with momentum, so you give me a threat that's like giving me a special momentum one,
Yeah.
then you can actually re-roll your dice if you don't like your result.
I was going to say, because 1 is barely a failure, I think.
The other one's a crit.
The other one's
Yeah.
a crit.
Do you have to
So-
re-roll all, or can you choose how many to re-roll?
It actually says re-roll the dice pool for the task.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you got
it.
That said, I do have a focus in hand-to-hand combat, which I assume
would absolutely
apply
apply here.
to the knife.
But if you already got a crit,
It's not worth it.
it's already a crit.
All right,
It doesn't
cool.
become a double super crit because of that.
Yeah.
Are you sure though?
Maybe it
Yeah.
should.
Are you sure?
Sorry.
It does not.
I mean, you could just
I dig
say
it.
that it does, though.
It is. It's super awesome double crit
Fine.
with no mechanical
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah.
Roll the standard damage.
So
But you could still buy an extra die by getting threat. You
The
don't
question
have
is-
to re-roll just because you buy the extra die.
that's right.
That's true.
Oh, we
It
can
just
always
gives
do
you the
that?
option. Yeah.
We can,
Threat is like momentum that you haven't earned.
yeah.
So you can spend it just like momentum, but it gives me
It's
benefits.
like college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll come back. It'll come back to bite us in the ass later.
It
won't
will. It
That's
will.
fine.
That's fine. Let's do that.
Fine.
Okay?
That's
So,
fun.
extra
Is that a
die?
threat?
Felt that.
Roll another
And then you
die.
roll one more d20.
Ooh, barely a success.
Still a success.
That
But
makes
that's
three.
three
Yeah.
successes, and you've absolutely hit the closest guy with a batleth. You step in and you reach for your phaser, and then you reach past it and pull out your crazy knife, and you just run in and punch him in the
face.
Nick.
That's not a knife.
So
Knife.
roll
I see you have a bat left. Mine is smaller but more mighty.
your security rating.
4.
Okay, so 4 plus 2 damage dice, so 6 total.
Can I have 2 more damage dice? Yeah, I'm very good at like this one thing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
So you need to be.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
4, 6, 8.
Yeah, 8.
Also, by the way, one of my values is that I have something to prove after being
Clean up on aisle 6.
the worst.
Well, you have proved that you're ready to punch a Klingon in the neck with a knife.
Yeah.
So you run up and you jab it between like his neck and where the armor is that he's wearing, and you do a fuckload of damage. So he lets out like just this battle howl of pain. Ah! And there's a lot of
Tasteful gore.
Pepto-Bismol
Yeah.
pouring all over your hand.
It is my favorite color.
But you retain your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. He is.
Can I have his weapon?
You didn't make a disarm attack,
Damn.
so he probably hasn't dropped it yet.
Oh,
but
he's not dead.
he's not quite dead.
Seriously? In the neck.
They're tough.
Yet.
She does 1 extra point of damage because it
of vicious?
vicious, yeah, is an additional damage for every delta rolled.
Okay, so it's 9
shit.
still. But that still doesn't put him over the line to dead.
Still pretty awesome though.
It's a
I-
great roll, yeah. Like he's severely wounded.
Oh yeah.
I'm
no-
not trying to discount that, but
No,
he is
no
not
doubt.
dead. Like you didn't just run in and go, "Ugh, snicker snack."
Blade him.
Yeah.
And through and through.
Um,
Little blue backpack mode engage.
all right.
Do I still have those EpiPens?
Yeah, probably.
I just want to know what happens to a Klingon when you stuff it full of lanolin.
They're real waxy. Just.
Oh, God.
They get this terrible sheen. It's gross. People like have to run in with powder, and it's horrible. Just
Oh my
worst.
gosh.
That'll be another turn.
So that is the sickbay. We'll go back to the bridge.
Why would you though? I'm just messing.
Sickbay is where the party's happening.
I'm fine.
Sure.
But the idea is I'm trying to
No, it's good,
advance
it's good,
both
it's good. No, I
combat at the same
understand.
Yeah,
time.
of course.
But you, on the bridge, you detect that it seems like the Klingons are working to overload their warp core.
Oh, boy. Cap.
Like it's not about to detonate yet,
Yeah.
but you can tell that it's ramping up power, and it can't obviously engage warp because like one of the nacelles is off, and like
Yeah,
it's
but
not
they're-
going anywhere. But they're building
They're
up to something.
detonating
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
It looks like the Klingons are building up to detonate their warp core.
Can we overload the Romulan Singularity core first?
Let me find out. I will check on that information and get back to you.
Out of character, what didn't I forget what happened? The order of operations before, like an explosion set off a singularity.
Yeah, we had a Singularity that was already going, and then an
and then a
explosion
warp-
of a warp core
explosion.
next to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I guess what we need to find out is, do we need to breach their singularity before the warp core breaches?
Yeah.
Captain, if you put Rorg and myself in their engine room, we can make it happen.
Why did you fucking volunteer?
Oh, damn!
Can we
into
do
it.
it from here, maybe? Are you sure we can't do it from here? I think we can do it from here.
Now go over
Their
there.
comm systems are down. There's no way we can communicate with their
Let's
systems.
just shoot them.
Nobody said the comm systems were down.
You really want to go?
Yeah.
You lost your.
I lost my little hoodie.
Oh, you're fuzzy.
You're fuzzy. Yeah. Okay.
I muted it.
Fuzzy?
I don't know.
I don't think you did mute it.
I
Maybe not. I
I
don't know.
muted him
Oh,
on the
okay.
outgoing. It
Okay.
probably doesn't sound muted to you.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, the humanity!
This all went Pete Tong.
Is this
Move the camera. We all should go like.
Oh yeah. Hit.
is this a good time for Tomalak and Tuvok to be brought to the bridge?
Did we get them?
I need a roll to see if you get them.
Okay, all right.
I hope we got him.
We're gonna do that.
I really
So-
hope we got him.
We got him.
Let's just do. Let's do presence and engineering.
Okay, all right.
I know it's a weird combo.
No,
I'm into it.
I'm gonna do that. Presence and engineering.
This entire.
Woo! I'm excited. My new Christmas
Okay.
tree is coming.
What?
I pulled out our old Christmas tree and it had gone to shit in the garage
Oh,
over
it
the
happened.
year.
Don't you get a new Christmas tree every year?
Double fives. I get a three.
I gave up on buying the living Christmas trees.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
I
make
forgot that's a
me
thing.
ill.
I got
allergic to all the
2
trees.
successes actually.
Okay. Which one made it over so far?
Oh.
Tuvok's probably the one who knows. Well, no, actually, Tuvok is he security with the Romulans, or is he?
Yeah.
I want.
We don't know.
Nobody went into exactly what their roles were.
Let's bring in Tomalak.
I can imagine what
Oh.
some of them used to be.
Yeah. So
We couldn't afford
just so
guest
you
star
know,
Tuvok for 2
the
episodes.
captain has decided that Tuvok hasn't made it over to your ship.
Oh no.
Not okay with that right now.
You
Might
can have
words
Kamala.
later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I need
No, it's
Tomalak.
fine.
You will have words, but it'll be with the counselor.
Who is?
It's fine. I'm having a wrestling session right now anyway. I
So,
might be okay.
That's going to be topic number 1.
He's brought onto the bridge.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's got like a big cut
Oh,
across his
yeah.
face, like under the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Big
a flesh
slice.
wound.
Ain't so pretty anymore.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't a super attractive guy to start with, but he had a good voice.
Yeah.
And this doesn't affect his voice, so he can
Yeah.
still work in radio.
Okay.
I was about to say if they send voice for radio.
Commander Tomalak, can you, if we can overload your Singularity core and expose it, we might be able to use that to recreate the rift. But as you can probably guess, that would leave you alone without our assistance.
Perhaps could you transport myself and my crew members to the station?
Will you be able to defend yourself?
We've sent a message to the Romulan command that we need assistance already, so I don't know how long we can hold out, but we will try.
I will make this, if this is successful, that Klingon ship will be gone and not a threat to you. Nah.
Well, we can handle the crew of those smaller ships.
Okay.
They can't have that many on board.
We'll-
Updating teleporter destinations.
Yeah, yeah. We will begin transport of your men immediately, of your crew immediately.
Very good.
If you can access your ship from here and overload the warp core, overload the Singularity core.
Our communications array is completely destroyed, but if you transport me back to my ship, I can set it from there.
Send him.
I would only ask if you can help us with any information on the Klingon defenses or any of the apparent technology that you and your Federation have before you go, that you could transport it with my men to the station.
I hand him a tricorder. I've already uploaded specs of all Klingon and Cardassian vessels that we have onto this tricorder.
Okay.
Commander Kalem, I need you to go with him.
I can make it happen.
Yeah, so we'll send Kalem and Tomalak back to the
to the
Romulan
Warbird.
ship.
All right.
Nice knowing you, Caleb.
Remember at the last minute to get my phaser out of my desk?
Oh man, where?
It's in here somewhere.
Oh, I left it in the captain's chair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's Post-it notes and paper clips. And
Yeah, you don't use that thing, do you?
Yeah.
You know, if you're not using it, you can lend it to
Okay,
check the
so
battery, shake it.
Yeah.
we're beaming Romulans back to the station.
Yes.
We are, Calum and Tomalak are going to the Romulan ship to make the Singularity happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to target all torpedoes and blow the fuck out of that Klingon ship
All
as
right.
soon as it's ready. As soon as we beam.
All of these things are possible.
How long does it take to
plan.
get into a Star Trek spacesuit?
A minute.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put on the spacesuit so you don't lose if the thing blows?
Yeah, I'm just worried, if there's a breach in the
If there's a breach,
You
you're
we
pretty
would
much
Yeah, there's
made
no.
of gas.
Yeah.
It's not worrying
Wait,
about
yeah, okay.
exposure to. It's not like a a nuclear reactor or
No,
something.
I was
with,
worried about, the engineering room is exposed already.
Well, you've been watching closely with the sensors. It is not vacuum.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
no,
the
there's
problem,
atmosphere
yeah.
there, but the problem is if the thing goes off,
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
reduced to your component atoms.
Yes.
So
Well,
I'm-
that's not what I was worried about. I thought, just in case.
That's
But if
it.
we know, then that's great, and that was the out-of-character message.
Oh.
For sure. No.
That's the thing to deal
perfectly-
with if somebody rolls a 20.
Yes.
Okay.
But now that you've given Dave that idea,
Cool.
That's cool. That's totally what's
don't
gonna
roll a
happen.
20.
I also order the transporter department to keep transporter lock on just Caleb.
Very good.
Is that the threat you have?
Yes. The threat on my side of the line is mine. The threat on that side of the line is what you can spend to give me more.
Yeah.
That's a
I've
lot.
been pretty conservative with my use of threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans, he has 8 threat over there. Is
Yeah.
what's
That's a lot of
happening.
threats.
And we have 0 momentum left.
We have no
Yeah.
I'm about to start rolling well again.
This is just going
Right.
great, though. So I can't imagine anything going wrong at this point.
Nope, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be super awesome.
Way to set that one up.
Oh boy.
All right.
I mean, I'm just wrestling down here, so it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So that's the plan.
Remember if
excuse me. You guys beam successfully to their engineering section, and Tomalak runs over and starts messing with the control panel. And
Right.
we'll get to you in a minute.
Yep.
Beyond that, because the transport thing is not difficult.
Sure.
It's gonna be about 2 minutes before all the Romulans are off your ship.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back in the sickbay,
Sex! Sex!
it's literally my favorite image in my head. Man,
I'm gonna have to ask you what that word means when we're done.
you're just hollering it. Just okay. So,
Please, I hope there's fan fiction.
nobody wants that fan art though.
I do.
Yes.
do.
We already got a
Okay,
little
to be
bit.
fair, that's I mean,
It's just
it's just a
Oh my god.
so good.
Oh, that is
Hashtag
amazing.
into it. Don't judge me.
tiny appendix.
It's a cute-
I don't think you can ever see what I draw on the.
Nah.
Oh,
I
it's
have
a
to start
contrast
uploading
thing.
it to
Yeah,
the
the white paper blows out.
forums.
Yeah, you
Damn
can't
it.
really see it.
All right.
I'll start putting them on the forums or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, for sure.
Your doodles definitely need to go on the
Hilarious.
forum.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Sorry.
So,
Target battle cry.
so
It is now.
back in sickbay, it's gonna be the Klingons' turn.
Yo.
Both the disruptor pistol armed ones are busy or stunned. Batleth guy is severely wounded. Other Batleth guy is about to make an attack.
Oh man, I am little. Don't hit me. I am
did
not a
that.
threat.
He ran in and stabbed his friend in the neck. You're like, don't look at me, I'm innocent.
Yeah, okay.
Captain
Oh.
Abysmal all over your hands.
Oh,
Looks like a good time to spin threat to reroll.
Adam, whose side are you on?
He needs to get rid of that threat for when we
Okay.
try to get home.
Yeah, all right.
Excuse you.
You can take it. You're right there at sickbay. Repairs will be easy.
Oh my god.
I'm the captain. I have to make these hard decisions.
Yeah, good job. Now you Delta.
Shit.
Well,
It's going to be fine.
It's a good thing it's Cyber Monday because I got a deal on this.
It's a BOGO. 2 for 1.
that's, for listeners, that was a 2-for-1 bird for Adam from Clara. It is almost Giving Tuesday, so
Can I have 3 more damage dice, please?
You may not.
No, we're all out of damage dice over here. Sorry.
Fine. She's
All right.
going to be fine. She's
So-
a security officer.
So
I mean, that's true.
he actually runs up, not to you, but to you, because you have successfully phasered 2 of his friends.
Yikes.
No. We'll have to
Take it back,
reboot
hit
you,
me.
huh?
2,
That's not what I
4,
wanted.
5,
Yeah, that's what you asked for.
6, 7.
That's not what I wanted.
Yeah,
minus
yeah, you
Trist's
did.
5 armor,
Yeah.
Yes.
which you'll recall, I'm
She's
sure.
an android. That works.
Polyalloy construction.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that actually counts as 9
Okay.
damage.
Oh my.
Oh.
So you apply that to your stress number.
No, tilt.
It's a little off.
No. Like
That's
tilt, like it's crooked.
Side
like
to
this,
side.
to
A little bit lower on the side towards Claire, and a little bit higher on my side.
Do a
Yeah. Oh no! Too far!
You're missing your opportunity.
And a little bit more towards Jason. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm
Sure,
doing
that's
it.
good enough. We're
Yeah.
gonna leave it there.
Okay, all right.
It's fine. It's good enough for Jazz.
Kimmy will
Good
yell
job,
at us
Kimmy.
later.
Okay, so 9 out of my 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
So he probably runs over and like he does he slides one hand across and then brings it up into the double chop with it and just gets you right sort of in the collarbone area and like parts your shoulder into 2 pieces.
That was not what was supposed to happen. He was supposed to hit a peta.
That's our captain speaking.
no! I
So
want off the ship.
yeah.
Supposed to hit the tank,
Yeah.
not the bard.
Accurate. Don't hit our
Yikes.
cleric. She's squishy.
Right? Yeah. I'm the cleric. You're the wizard. You're the healing cleric, and you're the artificer.
Artificer.
Oh no, you're a paladin.
I'm the paladin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
that's what it
Paladin. You're the cleric.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage for
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're the doctor. You can. Well, we have a doctor. We can fix it.
Yeah, the
But-
doctor doesn't like Tris.
But he did get a
We're best
complication.
friends.
He got a
So
complication.
he did
Is
get
it
a complication.
stuck?
I forgot. It is stuck in your shoulder.
Yeah.
So he's like, like
And
jerking
Tris is
out.
like, ugh.
yeah.
trying to
You're
figure out-
attached
Well,
until you like plant your feet, but because you're
Yeah.
super
Well,
strong.
that's my
Yeah.
plan is to turn away
Yeah.
from that and just take the bat lift with me.
Oh, this is mine now. I will stab you with my shoulder blade.
Yeah.
No. I am confiscating this.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
is that not
That's
what
what
I
I would
wanted?
say.
That's the line. Nice.
Cool.
Which I fully intend to do.
Oh yeah. So it's your guy's turn. So
I wanted that.
well, the guy that you stabbed still has one in his hand.
Oh, I know.
so-
I'm taking that from
yeah.
him.
Can I... He's in really close range for a phaser.
Yeah, he is like
Can I just, like, phaser him right
Yeah.
In the
Phaser
like
in the face.
stick it in the
Under,
gut.
under his chin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could
Yeah. Okay.
savage.
make that roll.
All right.
He's so close that, and like he's not able, he's not concentrating on trying to dodge what you're doing. He's trying to get his weapon back. So I'm not going to give you a negative because of your horrible wound.
Yeah. I'm kind
It's
of
kind of
rocking
balancing
back
out.
and forth,
Yeah.
like trying desperately just to...
Yeah, but I'm going to say it's kind of a balanced out situation. Yeah.
So
Hey.
that is 2
Yeah.
successes.
All right.
Crit for you?
I don't know.
You have a
3.
focus.
Yeah, my security is a 3.
Negotiation.
Yes! Please!
Negotiation.
For the love of God.
I'll give you a threat if you let her use negotiation.
Well, it depends on what line you use.
How did you learn to negotiate like that?
I'm
Well, no, my
confiscating
line
this.
would be,
Okay.
I'm confiscating this until we can come to a better arrangement.
Okay. So sure.
He's so thrown off.
Yeah, he's like,
Are you speaking Klingon too?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think he's probably also like, why are you not bleeding?
Yes.
What the?
Can I have
fuck
some more
is this?
damage dice? I need 3 more, please.
Oh, I can't reach that.
Because as far as he knew, when he came up to hit you, you are a
1, 2,
Standard
3, 4,
human.
5, 6.
I love all of them.
and he is stunned to fuck. Yeah. So like,
Yes.
he comes up, he chops you, you reach
STF.
up and you shoot him under the neck, and he just falls backwards. Like his
Meanwhile, I
hands,
just have a
his
bat
hands
left
slip
sticking out.
across the like curved handle of the bat lift as he falls backwards.
Just run forward
Yeah.
and stab the other.
Negotiations concluded.
No
In my
deal.
office.
Right. Yes.
I've taken out like what 3 Klingons so far.
Yeah, you're doing a really great
This
job.
is a badass.
This is awesome. Yeah.
That's council.
You're doing great. I just jumped on one.
How did that make you feel?
I think these Klingons are more defeated by the confusion of the situation.
Oh, this is a
Than
very
anything else.
confusing place.
Oh, yeah.
This ship has been a confusing
Because
place.
you're yelling at them like, how did that make you feel in Klingon? And they're like, what is she talking about?
Because it always sounds like yelling because it's Klingon. Even though Trist is keeping it as level and monotone as possible.
They're all like, fuck this, let's go fight the brain. These guys are crazy.
Meanwhile, sex!
That's still actively happening.
The Klingon is going to be haunted by nightmares of you.
I can't wait.
He just wakes up in a sweat later. Like,
No
was
damage, like
happening?
psychological damage.
Yes.
it lasts and lasts and lasts.
The gift that keeps on giving.
All right. So they took a turn. You took a turn. They're going to take a turn, and now it's going to be the guy that's wrestling you is going to attempt to wrestle back.
Oh, good. I
Oh,
like it when they fight back a little.
okay. So you can make an opposed wrestling roll.
I like it.
I mean, okay, great.
So do fitness and security again.
Can we get like a slow motion kind of
Oh,
take on this?
yeah, we can do like the Matrix cam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The horseshoe of special effects.
Don't hit the camera.
I know.
1 failure, 1 success.
Okay. He has managed to take control of this wrestling because he got 2 successes. So he is now. It's like he's managed to kind of push you into one arm. So he's like got you in like underarm hold,
Great.
and you're trying to. But he's still kind of busy doing that.
I was going to ask a dumb question.
I didn't even touch
Okay. So now
it on my head.
you guys can take an action. One of the 2 of you. You
Well,
decide.
I'm going to continue stabbing because apparently that works well.
You can sure do
I'm
that.
doing my best to be
That guy
really
is literally
effective.
like he's grabbed his neck and he's like,
I would love to take. I assume I'm going to get a batleth somehow within the next turns or so. So I'm not prioritizing.
I have an
that.
extra one you can use.
I figured. So in the meantime, I'm just going to stab with the Ushan knife again.
okay.
Thanks for shouldering that burden, Chris.
Oh damn!
Somebody may have mentioned at some point shoulder blade.
That was a Dave. Dave did that.
Well, yeah,
I hate you all.
super called out.
Oh crap!
Ooh.
It was
0-2.
I can't lie.
That's a 0-2 and
It's
then
a 0, 2, and a 12. So 1 success and 1 failure. Fuck you.
All right.
Wait, actually,
No.
nah, it's fine. I can take some
Do you
damage.
have determination?
That's
Did you spend your determination already?
I haven't
Yeah.
yet,
Do
and
you have a...
No.
I haven't spent any determination.
Dr. Alas did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because we collectively all had one.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody. No. You each have
Yep.
one.
Yeah, you have one.
Yes.
No, but I got confused as to who had done it already. That's all.
Yeah,
So-
I used mine too.
Yeah.
I can. Excuse me. I can spend a determination to not fuck up.
No. Well, you're still going to have a complication because you got that
That's fine.
critical failure.
Except you can. There's like several things you can do. Like, oh, that's using. If you can use your value, then you could spend a determination to re-roll all your dice.
To be fair, I have something to prove.
So you can re-roll all your dice.
I've got little
You
arms.
spend that
guys.
determination for today.
All right. Hold on.
Lucky. Are you sure you don't want to spend a threat to get another die?
Okay, you have 8.
I have 7. I spent one to stab her horribly in the shoulder.
I noticed, which is why I kind of don't want
Don't
to
give him anymore.
Give it back.
Don't give him anymore.
Don't
I mean, the
hate
difference between him having 7 and 8 is negligible. Like, it's so many.
Yes, but
Don't
like,
help us, Jason.
I'm just saying, if we can
I'm
resolve
going to
this.
spend the determination to re-roll.
You're doing that. That's
I have
right.
something to prove. It's going to be worth. Oh, thank God.
Critical success.
Critical success, and is that a 15?
15? Does that hit for you?
I have 14. So it's
Okay.
just
But still two hits, so that counts as a hit.
because someone said I couldn't go over 14. I tried to min-max really
14
hard.
is as high as you can go being untapped potential.
That's
You
true.
know?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I tried to min-max real hard.
Because I was like hiding my 15. Like, oh wait, I don't have untapped potential.
Yeah. That doesn't count, does it?
No, well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
count. Yeah, you made a hit, so you can roll your damage, which is your security rating and your +2.
Give me 3 more. Come on.
Big money, big money.
Hold on.
Oh.
Oh, man.
2, 4, 6, 7.
7.
8.
And, yeah,
8.
8 because
Because
of
of
the
the
delta.
vicious.
Yeah.
Is he fucked up?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I manage to get the rest of his head off?
Where did
basically?
you want to stab him?
Oh, crap.
Where the goopy bits are.
I was going to say, you said he was missing...
You
I was in,
cut his neck horribly, and he's like this.
the question is, can I finish the job?
You want to
Let's see.
like completely remove the head?
Mostly.
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, so that's off.
So like he's starting to get himself together. Like you've stabbed him in the neck real bad, and he's kind of holding it, but he's still got the bat with one arm, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's like getting lined up to make an attack with it, and then you're like, "Not today!" And you just rabbit punch him with the knife right across the neck, and like he's falls over backwards.
Head falls
and
back.
You hear 2 thumps. So there's the one, and then maybe a rolly noise.
It occurs to me there is a reason that we all have our phasers set to stun.
Yeah. Starfleet generally goes with the non-lethals.
Yeah.
But
We
you
are
just
passionate
fucked
people.
up that Klingon.
On the other hand, they started it.
And Dorians are passionate people.
Yes.
They came to our house.
Yeah.
That's true. And it was an
Yeah,
immediate threat.
remind me not to go trick-or-treating in your neighborhood. Jeez.
Exactly.
Not
I
in
bumped my other
house.
sessions for you.
Except the doctor.
All of them.
Well, yeah, of course, naturally.
Yeah.
Doctor first, then the android.
Thank God we're in the same room.
Joint session.
All right.
Just sit down and have group therapy after this battle. Like,
So, that is the last Klingon that is conscious, aside from Mr. Wrestling.
Aside from my lover. I mean,
So-
this last wrestler.
And he is now has the upper hand in this wrestling match.
Did
So
he
you
not
think-
notice his friend lose a head?
Even if he did, he's got
That's
the
true, it's
Klingon
bad.
blood
Yeah,
lust.
yeah.
So he's-
Surrender.
Yeah.
I mean, can I
And I mean,
turn
what's he
around?
gonna do? Just start screaming for malts? But
wait, you said you were going to kill me.
yeah, you guys have all taken turns. Let's go back to Commander Kalem aboard the.
Going on an adventure.
Yeah, it's gonna turn out just like that too.
Yeah.
200 years from now, you're gonna be sitting around like possessed.
Yeah. That adds up.
You get real ugly. So, Commander Tomalak is furiously working with the engineering console. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to figure out like the equivalent of a fuse system. So like what he's setting up will be delayed. You know,
Okay.
like setting up all of the like repeaters and limiters, and you know, so that like the charge of the system is going to take enough time that we can get he and I and whoever
Okay.
else off of the ship.
Yeah, and you've got a focus that sort of applies.
Power systems.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So
Okay.
go ahead and do. This would probably be insight engineering. and you'll need 3 successes
Dang it.
because it's an alien
Yeah.
engineering system.
Okay, so insight engineering is 12, and we don't have any momentum. And so I wanted to ask about how do you trigger your determination again?
If you have a value that applies to the situation as something that either really makes sense here or something that you would question here.
Well, the thing that I'm super bummed about is that I've got like preserving culture as paramount, and like losing the opportunity to learn how
have a
folks
meaningful
here live.
exchange with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just feels like a huge loss. You know, like
Sure.
the anthropological benefits of interviewing the Romulans, who we don't really have files on from the Mirror Universe.
No, not for sure.
It's just a huge loss.
And
of
it's
stuff.
not like the Romulans in your universe are real chummy and telling you a lot about their inner culture workings
Jackals.
either. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess I don't have to. What can I use the determination for?
That gives you a free crit success die.
Well, let's see how I roll. I can
So-
decide afterwards, right?
Sure.
Well, I
So-
don't know. What's the rule?
Okay, so if you challenge a value, then you mark it off, and you can't use it the rest of the session, and that gives you a free additional point of determination that you can spend immediately, and then so you can use determination to do one of the following. You can spend it to grant the character a single bonus d20 that's at the crit success. You can spend it to reroll all your dice in your pool. You can immediately perform another task as soon as this one's been resolved. So basically, it gives you a double action.
Okay.
Or you can immediately create an advantage that applies to the current scene.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be really useful.
Well, I think I'm going to need the crit success. You said I need 3 successes.
Yeah.
I only have 2 dice, so
Yeah.
I think I need to go ahead and buy that crit success die.
Or you can buy a die with a threat. Also,
Also, I'm going to do
Why
a
you gotta
thing.
stop
that.
putting them thread out there like that?
well, because basically threat is just like momentum,
Yeah.
but you're paying into
Right.
my pool instead of
yeah,
spending
but
what you've
I
already.
don't
Yeah.
know how you're pushing them on
That's all.
us.
No, but I think my determination really, like, this value is being, I don't know if it's actually being upheld because he feels like this is being lost, and it's so important.
I dig it, man. Yeah.
I have a commanding officer thing. The commanding officer may spend a point of determination to grant any other character they can communicate with 1 point of determination. This does not have to be linked to that. Oh, it can just
I already have my.
You got the
Yeah.
point. So that's not what we
So, like,
need.
if he didn't have a point, you could call up and be like, "No, you're gonna get this done."
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
So I'm gonna buy 1. That's a 1, and then
Yes.
roll my other 2 dice.
You can absolutely do that.
Okay.
So you have 2 successes. You need 1 success from your other 2 dice.
Okay. I need 12.
Feeling lucky?
Yes. One more success.
That's what we needed.
So you have successfully, excuse me, you've successfully set up a timed fail. Basically, what Tomahawk is trying to do is he's trying to take down the layers of shielding that contain the Singularity.
Yeah.
And you have set it so it's going to have like a timed cascade failure.
Yeah.
So that it'll give you guys time to beam out.
Okay.
Cool.
However, on the outside of the door, you now hear banging,
Right.
and there's something happening out there.
Oh, shit.
Should have brought security with you.
You might want to leave.
Well, I'm not
Not
done
me.
yet, am I?
Now he's still working.
Yeah.
You've just created like a subroutine to go with what he's
Yeah.
doing.
So I'm gonna take cover over by the thing that he's working on and just train my phaser on the door.
Okay.
It is not set to stun.
Oh.
Okay.
Reasonable.
All right.
We are not good at being Starfleet.
Well, I mean, in this kind of situation, especially like
All these
gonna
people
be
are about to
some
be
questions.
obliterated
Oh
anyway.
no, that's
so-
fine. I'm just
There's going to be
saying.
some questions when the log gets entered.
Yeah,
there's
the
going to
ping-
be
Starfleet
some-
There's some ways to cover things up, guys.
Yeah. No one's.
Gonna let you know right now.
I don't have a body cam.
was just going to say, Starfleet protocol knows that when you're fighting Klingons, they don't stop just because you're non-lethal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard Starfleet. Like, if you're up against Klingons, you know it's like kill or be
But
killed.
I'm pretty sure cutting their heads off at the beginning of the engagement.
Okay, wait a minute.
Is usually not protocol.
I think you're probably right there. There may be some
next
level
game
of
is just
administrative
paperwork.
review involved.
The next game is just us doing paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Followed by very, very long and complicated court martials.
I am literally going to just print up sheets upon sheets of fill in the blank, like emission reports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so going to have to go over the reputation mechanic.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
What happens in the mirror universe stays in the mirror universe.
Exactly. That's all I was
It
saying.
is a pretty desperate situation. I get that, for sure. And it's not like in the sickbay there's a bunch of the upper tier officers that are like, shame, shame.
No, you go like.
Dr. Loss is like, yeah! Get some! Get some!
Exactly.
All right.
Just, we don't tell the captain.
Tell him what?
Exactly.
All right.
Having the time of my life.
So, back on the bridge,
Yeah.
you guys at this point have now successfully beamed off the Romulans on board your ship
You got it.
and have resumed trying to evacuate any that are on the other ship.
Got it. Scan the warp core.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's that. Let me see what the warp core is doing on the Klingon ship.
Give it a try. Give it a... Insight or reason and science.
Insight and science. Let's see which one's better. My reason is better, so reason. So that'll be an 11.
Can I roll ship sensors for him as well?
Yeah. We can roll
Systems analysis is going to help me here.
sensors and engineering for the ship.
My focus of systems analysis will help, so I get 3 die.
Can
no.
Lieutenant Trop help?
Yeah. There's no reason why not.
Yeah, I'm a thing for Trop.
No, Trop doesn't have a sheet.
Yeah.
Does that just give Jay a
Need a
die?
sheet for Trop.
Or how does that work?
I mean, yeah, I can just...
Can I just add a 3rd die here?
Well, no, it'll... Well, here.
Oh.
He can
Yeah,
help.
Osel can help. Yeah.
Osel?
Reason... would you say insight and science or reason and science?
Whichever
Right.
one
Oh, okay.
you choose.
Oh, he's low on science. Let's do reason and science. Reason and engineering. He gets a 16.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm rolling my 2 die for reason and science.
The ship has an 11 for this.
Critical success.
One more success.
And 1 just regular fail.
Okay.
So 2
Yeah, yeah.
success, 3 success, 4 success.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
We got momentum back, y'all.
Oh my god.
So, you can tell that the power level is ramping up quickly at this point.
Yep.
It's not going to be very long until it
Alright.
goes. Like the next 30 to 45 seconds
Got it.
of time.
So yeah, the first thing I do is beep boop. Caleb, you got like 30 to 40 seconds before the warp core on the Klingon ship goes critical.
Look over at what Tomalak's doing. Like, does he look like he's wrapping up, or
Well, like, he is furiously working on it. We'll get to you in a second
okay?
to find out how much more time he's
Well,
going
my
to
reply is we have plenty of time.
Okay. Alright.
All right. And then...
Do you want to bring Tomalak
Calmly.
and Tarlok? I don't remember their
Tuvok.
names.
I
Tuvok.
don't think Tomalak wants to come. He wants to go back to the station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I was gonna
sending
say-
him back to the station.
We can't keep one nice Romulan to just tell us all about their culture.
I would love that,
Yeah.
but that would just be straight
That's-
up abduction.
If we ask nicely.
Yeah.
Maybe
we'll have
have
a
a chat
stowaway.
with him while we're in there.
You've got 30 seconds. I'm sure you could convince him
Yep.
to abandon his whole universe.
Yep.
What's the conventional,
I'm working on
booth
that.
doing right here?
Back to the sick bay.
I got all that
Yeah.
charisma.
Oh, that.
Sickbay. There's still a Klingon in sickbay.
So the
Wrestling.
the final wrestling Klingon is going to make his roll. And he only got 1 success, so he's not. He's still...
Stuck wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, so
You
I
gonna
guess.
shoot him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I felt that.
Not a hit.
Are you at a disadvantage, but with,
With
a
me
bat
wrestling.
sticking out of your chest?
I don't know.
Not
I've got
really.
a batleth out of my shoulder, but this Klingon is also
Yeah.
semi.
No, you know what?
My other-
You're going to need another success because of the fact that he's wrestling with the doctor.
Is it at all possible to jump in there and wrestle him off her? Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Like, you can all try and do this at the same moment.
So I'm gonna need 2 successes, or
That
Yeah.
would make 4
Okay.
people.
Or it could be,
That would make 4 people.
Yeah. I mean, it could be like one of you assists.
yeah.
Then it's going to feel weird.
Well, yeah, like if you want to work as a team or if you want to all work to your own purposes. That's the question.
It's not weird until there are 4 people.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I was gonna say it might be safer for me to jump in there rather than.
Well, we could both do that if you're jumping in there and helping get an open shot.
Yeah, why don't I see if I can just remove him off of her?
So
Well,
you
it's
can
closer
do
for success.
you can do fitness and security,
Awesome.
okay, and just roll 1 die
Damn.
because you're gonna essentially you're assisting her
okay.
shot. And doctor, you could jump into the fitness security too
Yep.
Do it.
for your 1 die.
Sure.
Yeah, please help.
Please help.
Okay.
Fitness. Oh.
I wish I could communicate with you.
Oh,
right
great.
now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Success.
Yay!
How many total successes?
2.
7.
2.
All of the successes.
Oh, I counted wrong. Sorry.
Good. So 2 is enough that you're gonna hit that guy. You can roll your damage.
0, 2. It's 20. 20 successes.
Yeah.
20 successes.
Was there a complication though?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was not.
Adam's worse at this than I am.
Yeah.
So
1, 2, 3.
only 3. I am a little occupied with that batleth on my shoulder.
Oh, wait. Spend momentum to reroll damage. One momentum gets you to reroll any number of damage.
Yes.
from
Oh,
the
you don't
attack.
have to reroll all of them?
No,
Any number of them.
of them.
Oh, just heck yeah.
Just
Yeah,
reroll.
the player may reroll any number of damage dice from the
yeah.
current attack.
Thank
Excuse
you.
my language, everybody. Sorry.
Well,
Hey, 2
two
more.
more.
Okay.
So what are we up to?
So
5.
5.
Oh, that's stunning territory.
Oh, thank God.
So he's still kind of holding on to you, but you like push back at him and like throw him off balance. You kind of go for the knees, and he's like, "Oh!" So there's this angry Klingon being assaulted by various people.
I sit on hands and
And then-
knees behind him so when he backs up, he falls.
Oh yeah, it's totally that. So like as he's starting to trip and like, "Whoa!" You're just like, yeah, and he just lands in a big heap, unconscious.
Oh, man.
He was assaulted high, low, and sexy.
Yeah, all of those places. I don't. Maybe you grabbed him in a special place to distract him in that situation.
I was going to ask
That
if
would count
Klingons
as a
had
success.
exposed genitals that you could.
Well, not exposed.
Not just like,
He had
sorry.
pants.
Sorry, well,
Yes.
Whoa.
External.
Well,
This is a whole different type of Klingon boarding party.
Just want to note that the sickbay, there's a panel that's smoking and probably fritzing.
Oh yeah.
There's Romulan.
There's a
and
just
Klingon
eviscerated
blood
Romulan on the floor. There's Pepto-Bismol everywhere.
and
Actually,
4 other Klingons
I don't know.
just crumpled in heaps all over the floor.
Just another
yeah.
day on the USS Barbican.
Right?
I don't know if this
And
is.
I absolutely know that you're going to activate the doctor to clean it up after you go out duty.
Deal with this.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we could just like, have Jim just walk in and go, please take the medical.
not again.
What have you done?
Damn it,
Actually-
Dr. Loss, I'm a doctor, not a vacuum.
Can I try to get the batleth out of Trish's shoulder?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's trivial to do. Like,
Oh, cool.
like
You just
with-
want the batleth. You don't care about me.
I mean, to be fair, I did study battlefield medicine, so I can at least put a band-aid on it.
well, yeah, but medicine doesn't help. her.
Well, I could put a band-aid on it anyway.
Hey, this will make you feel better.
Just got a fucking
just-
smiley face
she
on
just-
it.
Hello Kitty sticker.
She just kind of pushes the shoulder back and puts a band-aid between the two pieces. And be like, is that? And then it's kind of like sagging slowly back down.
It's like putting scotch tape on a Roomba. It's not going to help.
I'm sorry, did you just compare Trista?
Yeah, that's a thing.
I think it's pretty
Wow,
racist.
I thought it was just the doctor, but it's also the captain. I give you such good advice.
Now we all have to go to sensitivity training.
So much HR
See
training.
what you did?
So much
Everyone in my
HR.
office.
That is so
We have to
low.
review Starfleet protocol.
This is gonna
I'll
be,
sign the handbook, but you're going to have to do it all over again.
We get
So-
the version as a workbook.
back in the engineering section of the Romulan ship.
Yep.
Um,
And I am making the case of like, Tomlock, if you could join us, we could learn so much from you, and our universe is interesting that you might like to explore it as well. And if you want to come with us, we would benefit endlessly.
why don't you do presence command?
Why you gotta add another Romulan to
Is
the?
that
We don't need
2
another
dice?
Romulan.
Yeah, you roll in your 2 dice.
Got enough of them.
This is a good one.
Easy there. We touched a nerve.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Yeah, we got a
Read
bunch.
my file.
I did. That's why I'm asking you. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh.
Can I use my anthropology focus? Because we need to share
Sure.
cultures.
Yeah.
That's 1 success.
All right. I'm afraid he's not swayed to abandon his whole universe.
Yeah. It was a long shot.
It was a tough call. He thought about it for a minute real hard, and then he's like, yeah, no.
Everything for
Especially-
Romulans is worse in my universe.
Come to our side and meet your horrible cousins. Yeah. So he honestly he thanks you for the invitation. Like he's fascinated by the whole concept. Like he's into the idea of an exchange at some point, but he can't abandon his men and in this situation.
Then
like
may
this.
we meet again.
Let's
and-
not come back here.
No, I want him to come to our house. We drove all this way.
He's like, I'm about finished. He rolled really well for his engineering. Right as he says that, he's like, tell me when you're ready for me to activate things. Unfortunately, my ship's transporter is completely offline. If you could transport me to the station.
We can get you there.
But right as he says that, the door opens and the big wearing the cool Klingon coat guy steps in, and he's got the hip disruptor hold, like he's not aiming it like he's just looking angry. He's much like the prison colony warden on Verapente. He probably even walks in with the targ on a chain, like that's because he just rolls that way. And he's like, "You're not getting out of here alive." And he's gonna take a shot.
Okay, that's fine. I'm also yelling at Tomlock to hit it.
Yeah, no, you can. Speaking is fine. Yeah. So let's see, big money.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
At least 3 successes.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Okay. He shoots Tomahawk in the back.
Oh.
We don't like what you got.
And Tomahawk goes, "Ah!" Roll a d20 for me. What'd you get?
18.
Oh,
That's real good, right?
Really?
Not in this game.
That's a shame. So Tomahawk does not activate
Wait.
the
can I
cascade
spend
failure.
something to like re-roll that?
It was just a 50-50.
Yeah, all right. Fair
It
enough.
was just 50-50.
Yeah.
Just kind of see if he collapses onto the right button. But he and like does the whole like vaporize out thing. Yeah.
Poor Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Tomahawk got vaporized.
So like he does the like it's horrible because it's real slow.
Yeah.
Like Klingon disruptors are
yeah,
ugly.
they're ugly.
Yeah. So like
I have to.
he has time to like make eye contact with you as he's dying.
Oh
yeah.
I
no!
wanted to
Extra sad.
But by the way, my plan behind the scenes that I didn't get to do was I was gonna like leap, tackle him, and tell the
Oh, man.
to energize us both. But like
that ain't
Not against the
happen.
Burapenta guy. No way.
yeah, all right. So I'm just gonna jump down to where Tomahawk was, smash the button, and tell the Barbican to energize.
Okay.
What is the roll for that?
Let's do.
One to
That's
beam
what I,
up.
yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. Well, you can successfully hit the button and say 1 to beam up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Like that's not even a roll because like you watched him working and you know what to hit.
Oh wait, it's on a delay.
Yeah.
I have to guard it.
Do you? That's a character choice, man.
Like, how much of a delay did you build in
I mean,
here?
I
wouldn't
guess
it-
it was probably just.
And
a
this
few
guy's
seconds,
just wandered into this room. He doesn't know what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's a fucking Klingon.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
that's true.
Little did you know he has like 4 doctorates in engineering. He's all, I am the Klingon engineer.
Narrative convenience says that the delay is happening like in like 2 seconds, like just long
Yeah.
enough for him to find the console and look at it.
Yeah, we have plenty of
Oh
time.
yeah, it's time that he gets up there, and in Romulan, it's showing numbers counting down, and he gets there, and it's like 3, 2, 1. Yeah,
Sorry.
Sorry, everyone.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had to.
All right. So yeah, I'll
Who will
smash
not
the
give away
button.
Genesis device?
Now we need a roll from the Barbican.
All right.
This is amazing.
So,
Am I rolling here for me, or am I rolling for the ship itself?
somebody needs to roll sensors engineering for the ship.
I feel like
1
I
die.
should roll.
And then who's going to
You should
roll
not.
for the transporter?
I'll
Go
be
for it.
running the transporter.
All right.
So I'm gonna
Here, I'll roll
roll,
for the ship.
So let's do
Okay.
daring engineering.
and I am gonna.
I'm sorry, say again though for the ship.
Sensors engineering for the ship?
Sensors engineering.
I'm
Okay.
burning that
Okay.
to get an extra die here.
Thank you.
I'm going to add difficulty to how many you need, up to 3.
All right.
So we have you have 4 dice currently
I have 3 dice currently.
plus the
4.
ship,
The
and I'm
ship?
going to assist with command because this was all my plan.
Sure.
All right.
That did not make it.
Reroll
One.
one of them.
We roll.
Yeah, any one
Yeah,
of them.
that one.
The worst of them.
The worst of them.
14.
I think
So-
14's a hit.
So what was it? What was it again for me?
Mike,
Daring engineering.
Daring and engineering is a 14.
Yeah,
so that's 1 success,
that's a success. The
2
11.
successes, 3 successes, 4 successes.
Okay.
Oh, you have untapped potential, and you bought a die with momentum.
Yeah.
What is that?
Roll the d6,
Oh, yeah.
the damage
We
die.
might be
Yeah.
able to get the thing back.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
But you still earned 1 because you got an extra success over what
Oh,
you
sweet.
needed.
Aha.
Okay. Okay, and I don't need to add. I know my ship, so I don't need to add another.
Yeah,
die.
you got it.
We got
So,
it.
We can only have 5.
All right, 2.
you've got like the tuck and roll pose as you materialize on the transporter. So you look all cool.
Except I got 1 tear coming down.
Well, yeah, but that still makes you look cool,
He's
man.
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
We met him like 20 minutes ago.
But he was the only nice Romulan you've ever met.
True, but
Who
it was
seemed to
20
do
minutes
nothing
ago.
bad.
We had, but that's the thing. We only know him for 20 minutes.
God.
25 minutes into this, he might have been killing people.
What do you have to see to like shake your
Man.
prejudice?
You
No.
also
No, a
didn't drink
lot.
the ale,
Yeah.
which was really good, and that's why we liked him.
That's true.
so,
No.
Now he's convinced that the ale is like an actual psychotropic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, y'all. No.
He's gonna drink it later, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck! I wish that guy hadn't died."
So on your tricorder,
Yeah.
you stand up from the pad and you watch the countdown. And for narrative reasons, it's exactly lined up with the 45 seconds left on the Klingon ship.
Yeah.
You watch as the Romulan ship sort of begins to crumple in on itself as the Klingon ship begins to expand in this big gaseous fireball, right? That then begins to fold into this. It looks almost like the 1960s animated Atom, right? Like it's just energy is wailing all over the place. And the Barbican begins to shake violently because you guys are right there.
yeah.
Let's do one last roll.
Full ahead.
The ship will need to do structure
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
and
sounds
engineering.
Structure and
right.
engineering.
To not get torn apart.
11.
And then we need.
Okay, 13's good.
It's like listening to the Mars Insight Land today.
Probably-
Listen to that today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
So special.
Successful.
So then we need control engineering as the main.
These are 7 minutes of terror right here.
I got a 14.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We're like,
Can I assist, or am I too soon back?
You're not on the bridge yet, or in engineering yet.
Let me assist, because my command
made
lets
it.
me.
Oh,
Yes.
Nice.
It's like 4
That's
successes,
4 successes
already.
right there.
And
Yep.
then
What am I
command
rolling with
assist.
command?
Yeah, you'd be presence command.
Presence command.
because-
Awesome.
yeah.
Good. Okay. Yes, that's actually yeah, that's 1 success.
Hold on, it just
But you
says
can
don't
re-roll
freak
if you
out.
need to.
We do
No,
not.
they're all.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, the ship begins to, like, you can feel the ship being kind of pulled off axis as you're sort of pulled towards this implosion at the same time. Then, just as things are getting shaking to the point that, like, everybody's, like, about to, pretty much everybody's assuming that, like, the ship is losing the fight structurally. There's alarms going off. Things are all red all over the engineering console. Yeah, for sure. As all that's going, there's just a complete whiteout. Like, all of you everything in your vision goes completely white. And a second later, you're all standing in a big room. And the door opens in front of you. It's like the Starfleet cargo door. Opens up, and Captain Raxian walks in. And he looks at you and he says,
All of this sucks.
he says, I'm very proud of all of you. Welcome to Section 31.
Now I'm very confused.
And that's a good place to end for today.
God damn it.
People that don't know.
Dave.
Stupid holodeck.
Wait, is that what it was?
Yes.
Oh,
It was a goddamn simulation. God damn it.
Sorry.
It was a test.
oh, you.
I'm so mad.
Oh, Dave.
I'm so mad.
Yeah. I didn't get
Seriously?
drunk and lay this one out there before this.
Another twist, and I did not see this one coming.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Seriously, right now? This is
Oh
me.
shit.
My friend was never real.
Man.
Why is the
Ale
tap
was
still
so
here in my
good,
shoulder?
though.
Wait,
And
the
you're
ale
okay.
wasn't real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have.
The ale was a
Did they watch everything?
They watched every.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think I did anything real.
They definitely watched the weird shit changing.
And rewound it and watched it
Watch it
again.
again. Oh yeah.
Change angles.
Oh yeah. We gotta watch that from
Oh
over
my
here.
gosh.
Yeah.
So many questions.
There were absolutely officers right behind the wall, just watching. Like, what are they doing?
Oh
Did they
no.
do this?
The Section
Rex is
31
like,
HR.
I did not train them to do
Decapitated.
that.
Hold up.
Decapitated. I mean, like.
Is Bracy real?
Yeah. Well, those are people that you knew before. Yeah.
Okay.
I decapitated someone on
Wait.
camera.
Wait. All those other ship people?
Klingon.
What?
Oh, the Atlantis. Oh, that's was the Atlantis real? Did that really happen?
So many
There's so many
questions.
okay.
Well, now we really need
Yeah,
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Ha 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 ha.
We're gonna be here too.
Oh my god.
Actually, special edition of Star Trek this week. We're going to play again Tuesday night. And we're all going to be right back here.
True.
It's like Groundhog Day.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Oh, God. No.
Star Trek Groundhog Day. So, out there, thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks for listening on the podcast. If you do it in audio format later, we appreciate everybody that tunes in any way they can.
But not that one guy.
True.
You know.
Yeah, you know who you are.
You know what
You know
did.
what you
Yeah.
did.
Rainbow Road? plug?
Don't
Yes.
forget happyjacks.org/rainbow. Please spread the word and help us raise money for Rainbow Railroad until the end of the year. It's going to stay up.
And the top the top donation folks by the end of the year, they get to play in a game
With me.
With this guy.
with you.
Yep.
I thought I heard that.
Yep.
And I didn't want to say it if I was wrong.
Yeah,
So thank
that's
you.
me. Yeah, we'll figure out what game we're playing once we know who won. And,
Yep.
you know,
Demigod.
Right.
whatever
So,
they want
I
to play.
have suggestions. demigods, or demigods.
It's all people that are here. We're all like, oh, well, let's see, the top 4 spot, like, here's $400, here's $250. Yeah, cool, we're good.
I can play with Jason for free. So.
Yes.
That's true.
I think he's saying you're cheap.
Wow.
I 100% am.
Everybody has a price, and mine is shockingly low. So, we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.